Hi, it's the 2-year anniversary of the Shizzio show, the guy that gives you pure banter, good vibes, and all of that. So I figured I would fly over and, say, Wagwan. It's Estelle, in case you didn't recognize. Darling.
Streetlife is the only life that we know. Ghetto life, down in the ghetto we born and grow. No.
Okay, we are back. Another episode. You know what? This is a special one, right? Well, it's special in many ways, but first things first, this is like the 2-year anniversary of the show. So we love that. So happy birthday to us. Thank you to everyone that's, subscribed and joined the journey. It's been great. It's been, ups and downs, but we love to see it. Thank you to all the guests. You know what I mean? We really appreciate it. Too many to name now, but we really love it. It's also extra special because, boy, when it comes to royalty, man, I got the queen in the building. Like, this is like levels upon, this is like Thanos type levels.
Wow.
I'm telling you, though.
Well, thank you.
No, this is crazy, but Estelle is in the building. There's no one around to applause, but oh my God. I would do a somersault if I could, because this is unbelievable. Like, wow. Heritage.
Wow.
Like there's 4 fathers and 4 sisters, you know what I'm saying? Like UK, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, it's true though. Forget the wow, forget the humble, yeah?
You said, I'm not because you said Thanos. That's a big deal.
Okay, hold on, right?
Yeah.
I know about the UK game, right? So let me just break down roughly, right? We've had legends in there here from like Top Cat was here recently.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking like UK Apache, then going on to Creed, Bushkin, etc., right? Even when Richard Blak was in there, he was giving Rodney P flowers and the Cookie Crew. So I know what's going on. So don't be fooled, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm young at heart, yeah, but trust me.
It's okay.
But what I'm saying is like a 4 sister. Can we call it a 4 sister or 4 mother? Because there's 4 fathers, right?
Mother, sister.
But the craziest thing is when I got the confirmation he was coming, I really just started to deep your career. Do you get what I'm saying? And like, you've done so much. Like, and I don't think the UK man really... Anyway, we're going to get into that shit. But it actually pissed me off a bit, sis. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, it did. It did. Because you haven't been given your appropriate flowers in my eyes. But we're going to fix that shit today.
I appreciate that.
Thank you so much. I know you're on LA time. You're jet lagged.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much. You've come far to come here as well, which is lovely of you.
Good.
You know what I mean? You didn't say, right, come to me if you don't want it to. Thank you so much. How are you, firstly?
I'm good. I'm really good.
Yeah?
I'm happy, man,
Yeah. We like to try and get a picture of like born and raised and stuff for everyone. So can we just touch there, please? Born and raised where?
Born and raised in Hammersmith, Fulham, West Kent, Shepherd's Bush, that whole
West
area,
London.
West London.
And we love to see that, because I don't know if people actually realise.
Everyone, like, every so often someone will go on my page and be like, oh, when you coming home to Hackney? And I'm like, first of all, I'm not from Hackney.
Okay.
No diss or anything, but you're not a fan, cut out.
Right.
But like, stop, being too familiar.
Yeah.
But I'm West London and majority of people know that, it's a good time.
Can you just paint that picture of what it was like in your day over there? Obviously, your year of birth is quite known.
It's
which
I can never lie.
Actually, let's just talk about that now. Actually, because obviously 1980 is massive. I suppose it was a good idea at the time, right?
No, it's still a good idea.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I've never been an artist that needs to like make up stuff about themselves and their songs, so I didn't have any problems writing 1980. I'm proud of my age. I don't feel like I look it. So
no, I know that, but that song.
And even if I did, I don't care.
No, you look amazing, by the way. Flawless, by the way.
Thank you. Aging is a privilege.
Come on, we love that. Break down 1980s in kind of West London then.
Oh goodness! All right. So 1980 West London, Hammersmith was where I was actually born. Same as pretty much every other borough.
You can't say that because people have come with some mad stories,
So, what stories have they come so I can give like a comparison?
Rough. Was it rough?
It was half and half. It was, like, depends on what area of West you were from and who you associated with or who your family was and whatnot. stuff was what it was. I had uncles who I have uncles who are not had because they're still here.
Yeah.
I have uncles who are outside.
Yeah.
You know, and
But was you outside or was you
I
kind of
was
protected as the female?
not out. My mum was not about us being outside.
Yeah.
She was very much like, come inside and bring your outside friends inside.
Right.
The guys in the neighborhood or the area knew we could bring them to our house.
Right,
You know,
right. Oh,
they respected us.
So you had the kind of hub.
Yeah, well, it was more like, you know, don't bring that stuff in here. Don't bring that madness into the house, but you can come and you can get a plate, you know.
And that stuff, quote unquote.
I just like whatever drugs, whatever they was selling, whatever they was doing. I was definitely in West Kent Estate for a while. We lived there for a while, and you know, people were doing what they did. You know,
because I think some people, when you bring up the term Kensington, they think they presume affluent.
The bouge.
Do you get what I'm saying?
No, there's West Kensington and then there's Kensington.
Yeah.
You know, I lived in West Kensington. West Kensington is like between Hampstead and Fulham, literally between Hampstead and Fulham.
But
so
it's kind of Harrods that down the road then.
No.
See what I'm saying? No, I don't know, bro.
No.
You know, Kensington
all right. So okay, I'm gonna need you to.
You need to
pull out your maps, fam.
Yeah.
Oh, Kensington, West Kensington.
Sorry,
Harrods down the street, sort of, but not. No.
It's a bus ride, though, isn't it?
Earls Court. If I said I lived in Earls Court,
right.
And even that, it wasn't. You know, depending on where you lived in Earls Court, it wasn't that. You know.
And then kind of brothers and sisters.
Oh yeah, it's 9 of us.
There's 9 of you.
Yeah, it's
amazing.
9 of us. It's 9
so
of us.
then, where do you lie in this?
Second oldest, first girl. Yeah.
First girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
6 girls, 3 boys.
Was that pressure for you then, as one of the eldest, to look after the youngest?
Now looking
or was
back,
the brother the?
No, we were both a little under pressure, but now looking back, I didn't think of it as pressure then.
Yeah.
It was just like, they're my brothers and sisters. What else am I gonna do?
And then your parents, are they to that giver? Or
yeah.
Sorry to
so
ask. What?
The story is that my mum and my dad. My mum had a son, had gotten together with my dad, had 3 more kids. They broke up. She got married to my stepdad, had 5 kids. They divorced. She married my dad.
Oh, the original. Oh, we love that.
Together. I know.
That's like love story vibes, you know.
That's why I put out Love Is Rock.
Oh, yeah. That's beautiful.
It's kind of their story.
Okay, so they really like kindled after how like many years?
20 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I was 3 when they broke up, 23 when they got back together, and they got married when I was 33.
That's beautiful, you know. That's crazy.
It's a story.
So how was that for you personally when they split? Are you kind of too young to process?
It was 3.
You didn't really process.
I don't know.
But is like dad still around, or is he just not?
Well, he tried to be, and it got very, very tough for a while. So he was like, all right, you know, okay. I'll find them. I know where they are. Yeah. The mum didn't hide us from him or anything, but it was difficult for him to like be around us, you know.
And then when you
she got married to somebody else,
so she married someone else.
Yeah.
When you have stepbrothers and sisters, how is that for you? Do you just?
They're not my steps. They're my sisters and brothers.
I just wanted you to say that, not me.
Of course,
you get me?
Yeah.
And then, so what's the turning point for them to rekindle? Because I'm fully invested in the story. You get me? Man, not care about the music right now. You get me?
Talk to me about the love.
Yeah.
Well, it's beautiful. They met. My sister went to work. She used to do after. Well, she had a job and then she did another job where she would tutor kids. And my dad happened to be one of the people who was working at the thing as well. And they looked too much alike. And then it became like, yeah, that is actually your dad. And so she was like, you have to come and see my mum. And he was like he didn't know how things were.
Right,
you know? And then they linked up. They met up with each other and they had a big, long conversation. And it was like, the feelings were still there.
How was the wedding? Come on, talk to me.
It's gorgeous.
Beautiful.
I feel like I pulled up to the house and I said to my dad, at last, like, what took you so long?
Yeah.
He was like, I was waiting for your mum to say yes. Because he'd asked her a couple of times.
Hey, the perseverance. Hey, big up that man, you know. Perseverance is key. We love to see it. So just talk to me about school then. Are you kind of studying? How was kind of school for you then?
I went primary school. I was good at like a lot in primary school. I was one of those kids that was like, I was popular or in it with everybody to a degree, but I was also good at all my grades. Like I would get all good marks in school.
Are you not tempted with the outside world?
Nah, I was. Look, again, we're friends with each other. Like we weren't the family of people that had like 500 extra people as friends. We had 1 or 2 outside people as friends, but we all went to the same school to a degree.
Yeah.
So I'm friends with my brother's friends. I'm friends with my brother and my cousin and my sisters, and this is our gang. So it wasn't like we were doing too much outside. I wasn't, our line of family, and maybe my cousin, one of my cousins, we were all like very close. So we were all raised together, and that was our thing. So we never really had too many outside friends. We had some, but not really. And they could come to our house again. My mum was like,
parent strict, by the way?
Yeah, she was. She had to be. It's
When
9
you
kids.
get ass whooping?
For sure.
In the 80s, that was the...
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
That is what you do, but
You
in
did.
2025, apparently the rules have changed.
Well, they should change though, because life changes.
Yeah.
Times have changed. Sometimes that's not the good way.
But sometimes you realise much later that firmness was probably needed.
The firmness was needed for the time and for the things. There wasn't as much self-information, or the kids we weren't as smart as the kids are today. We didn't have as much.
What was the naughtiest thing you did that warranted the biggest ass whooping of your life? I don't know.
I'm trying to think of a safe way to say this, because again, I'm related to a family. No, to be fair, I didn't really get beat.
You didn't?
I didn't really get beat very frequently. I was just messy.
Right.
And I think my mum at times just got sick of telling me to clean my room up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. My mum got sick of talking to me about being messy.
But you are studying though.
Yeah, I studied. I was one of the ones that would get all her marks, get all the good grades. And it was never really, I wasn't problematic, I wasn't one of them kids.
And then do you carry that on in kind of secondary school? Or so,
Absolutely.
Right.
My mum might tell you something different now.
Right.
But as far as I was concerned, I did really well.
Yeah.
No, I think I did good. I got some B's and C's. I can't remember if I got an A or an A plus in secondary school when I left.
Allegedly. Yeah.
Probably did.
Yeah.
No, I definitely got some. I got the good marks. Like
Yeah.
I wasn't, but there were some that I just didn't care about. Like history and geography wasn't. I didn't care.
No.
Yeah. Because look, my parents were also like the homeschool parents. Like they would teach us and have us do extra classes at the house. So, Black history, extra maths, extra English. So as long as they knew we were good, they were with the, get your A's and B's and stuff. But also, we know you're not stupid. We know you're not a dumbass. You know where England is from France, from America on the map. You're good.
You ask America now, where I'll be seeing their videos, on TikTok. Maybe asking some basic questions,
It's tough. It's a different frame of thinking.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what was the plan then coming out of school? Was kind of music on the agenda, or do you have...
Well, it was always in my head. It was always in my vicinity.
Right.
I sang since I was a child.
So let's talk about the actual influences then. What kind of influences are coming into the household?
Oh my goodness. Gospel, for sure, between like 11 and 15, 16, and the rest of my life. Before that, it was reggae.
Yeah, that's fine, good.
Before that, it was reggae, it was soca, it was jazz, it was R&B, but like soul R&B, like Stephanie Mills, Sister Sledge,
Right.
Luther Vandross,
Right.
Stevie Wonder, Quincy Jones, like that, Michael Jackson, all of that. And then my uncle, maybe when I was like 7 or 8, I remember, he was into Big Daddy Kane and all of that.
Right.
And hip hop for real.
Yeah. Yeah.
And would bring breakdancing into the house.
Okay.
We all tried to be breakdancers.
You had to.
Because
With the lino on the back.
We didn't have no liner, we had the carpet, okay?
On wooden floor, that's a madness,
on
That's
carpet.
a friction burns and a half,
On carpet. And my mum was like, all right, it's enough.
Carpet burns even worse,
Even worse, okay?
I would rather the wood.
Right.
Right.
She was very much like, nah.
Yeah.
Your elbow's going to be black and you're going to break your neck.
Right. Break dancing scene, cool, that makes sense. And then the kind of the actual gospel scene, are you kind of guys going to church and stuff? Or?
All of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Gospel. So we started off in Methodist because my grandma was Methodist.
Right.
And we knew some about the Muslim faith because my granddad was Muslim.
Right.
And she was married to him, so she wanted us to observe some of it.
Right.
Even though they were separated. And then my mum found Pentecostal gospel.
Right, what's that? Sorry, I'm unaware.
Holy Spirit
okay.
and clapping and like the full.
Is that the
jump
Sunday
ups and
church?
all. Hallelujah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
She found Church of God Prophecy was the church.
Right.
And she found that, and it just felt. I understand why she loved it. It was a different feeling and different energy, and it gets your spirit up, you know?
Yeah.
It's like what you think of traditional American gospel, like that.
Right.
So we went there for a while, and that's where I kind of got into understanding the discipline of music.
Right.
Because choirs and stuff.
Right. So you joined the choir?
There was no option on that. We was in the
No
children's choir.
option, you know?
There's no option. Children's choir, young adult choir.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you're singing throughout this whole time?
Whole time, yeah.
And that's where you're learning your kind of stripes per...
Structure. We're learning that in church in the week and on Sundays, and then we're learning Jodeci and SWV and everything on the weekdays at school.
Right.
So.
And are you kind of singing in school as well, or is you just keeping it like as in like loud and proud with it, or you just like?
We had who didn't have a group in school?
No, it's true, but these people don't know about them. There's some people that don't know about it. Then.
So the thing in school back then was you had to be in a group, like, or you and your friends would stand around in a circle and be singing SWV or whatever was popping. Truce, I feel like came out. The group Truce from the UK came out of that. Like, Damage came out of things like that. Like, everyone was singing in their youth choir or youth community centre or church, school.
What was the name of your crew?
We didn't really. I don't remember the names. I honestly don't remember. But let me tell you that we had me and my cousin and my sisters had one. We had one in school.
Yeah.
Then with my cousin and her friends. Then me and my friends had one.
Right.
And then I would teach another younger one the name. It was just like so many groups.
Yeah. But you're into the arts, you're into the performing side of things.
All of it.
And what other standout artists for you in that kind of era?
Oh my goodness. Definitely Jodeci.
Yeah.
We learned everything to do with Jodeci. A little bit older Black Street, because all the people that had like harmonies or sang in like formation together felt like church. Those groups. And then you had like the Runaways, like, I don't know. I'm trying to think. It wasn't, let me think.
What, like artists that came and went kind of thing?
Yeah.
So like four boys.
What's the name, like?
As Yet,
things like that. No, those kind of things. Exactly.
Right.
You had them, and then there were boy groups too that would try battle us and stuff. It was a whole.
Okay.
It
But you're learning these stripes throughout. So then you leave school, and then what do you do then?
I went to college.
Okay. To do?
To do media, journalism and media, GMVQ.
Was that your GMVQ? Come on, man. You need to be on the A-levels right now. What's going on here, man? She's telling me she studied and got A's in that.
I did.
GMVQ don't make no sense.
Well, because I didn't want to go to university, because I didn't want to be hemmed up for 4 years.
Oh, you didn't? Okay. Did you have an idea of what you wanted to be at that point?
I wanted to try music.
You thought, I want to try music.
Let me try music, but also I wanted to study journalism.
Okay.
And that was the thing.
Bearing in mind, there's not a lot of British UK acts, I suppose, that you could look up to at that time?
There was enough. There just wasn't, there was enough. I just didn't see how I was going to do it with singing, because it was maybe one black girl would get through at a time.
Right.
And at that time it was Jamelia.
Jamelia, okay. Yeah,
closely, right next to her was Beverly Knight.
Yep.
And right next to her, Misha Paris had come before, and like Desiree had come before, and Gabrielle had come before.
Right.
But like at that point, it was Beverly Knight and Jamelia, and they were two different spectrums. So it was kind of like no one's really looking for another black girl singer.
Right.
They had 5011 other race pop stars.
Yeah.
And it was just like no one cares about us like that.
They don't care about us. So then you thought about rapping then?
Well, I also rapped.
Okay, that was just part of what you was doing.
That was part of what I was doing.
So what kind of rap tunes are you kind of messing with?
Well, I listen to everything.
Well, you need to expand on everything.
I'll tell you. I got you. Everything from Mobb Deep.
Yeah.
Pharoah Monch.
Yeah.
All the way up to like Mason.
Yeah.
That's like more poppy stuff.
Yeah.
That people call poppy.
Yeah.
Nelly, whatever.
Okay.
And then also like British artists too. Like you mentioned, like talking about like Richard Blackwood talking about Rodney P and those guys. Like those guys too.
But that's interesting, because to know about Rodney P and that you really had to know, because it wasn't presented to us.
And that was the problem.
I think the closest thing was maybe Roots Maneuver.
Him too.
On Witness the Fitness.
Well, which is crazy, because to me they came. Well, Rodney P was out right after. What was the group that MCD was from?
Don't
right.
Okay. I don't know. Don't put me
so
in the
there was an
spot,
artist called MCD who's part of a group, and I'm fucking up.
These are really underground kind of.
But they were the foundations of British hip hop.
Absolutely,
UK hip-hop, right? And
They
so
don't get their flowers.
They don't get their flower, but we're giving them to now.
Come on.
Like they know me, we know each other.
Yeah.
So MTD came out of a group, it's my head, not my heart. Don't cuss me out.
Right.
But Rodney
She's
P was
tired.
out.
That's what it
Yeah,
is.
I'm jet lagged.
Jet lag.
Woo, I'm jet lagged.
Yeah.
Rodney P came from like after those guys,
Yeah.
and and then Blak Twang, and they all Roots Maneuver, Blak Twang, Ty, God rest his soul. Like all of them came. Were in a certain era, and I was singing but also rapping in that with them as my kind of OGs,
But are you kind of around them personally? Are they all from Western? Is
No,
this a
they're
Western?
half of them from. I don't think. No, yeah, Rodney's they're from
Okay.
South. They're all from South. Everywhere I go, everywhere.
All right. So you're doing the college thing, and then you're
Yeah.
still doing the music.
Yeah.
So then, how do you kind of push this music avenue?
So in college, I would same thing I was doing in school. I would be part of like whatever events were happening. And I would just tell people like, I would organize events with this guy called Joseph, and then I'd be performing on the event sometimes. Or I would go and find whatever open mic was open and perform.
Yeah.
And it just snowballed from there. I graduated from college. I think I don't remember what I got. I did good.
A's.
I did
A's.
all right.
A's.
I did good.
Distinction.
We're going to go with A's for the sake of me
come
retelling
on,
my
come on.
story and wanting it to be great.
Distinction,
Distinctions is great.
Yeah.
I don't think
Flying
it was.
colours, light work.
Okay.
Right.
Right. But like, so I passed, but at that time I built up all of my connections, and I'm talking to people who are doing the scene, like doing all the open mics and doing all the different shows.
Right.
On the scene, and I just started going to all of them and performing,
Right. Rapping or singing?
Both.
Okay, you're doing both. Okay, are you doing your own songs or just copying?
I'm doing copies and I'm doing my own songs.
Okay.
So when I was doing the groups with my cousins and that, I was also the one that would be like, let me do the rap. Let me do the, let me do the guest feature rap. And I'd be the one that'd be like,
And then
Total record, and I'll be rapping Missy.
Yeah.
Right? So yeah.
Are you still a group then, or is it just solo missions?
It's solo
now?
at this point. Everyone's just
you
like,
done dropped
have
everyone
fun.
out.
Nah, they dropped me.
Deuces.
They were like, no, we're gonna go and get
This shit ain't
jobs.
gonna work.
Yeah,
This shit ain't gonna work.
we're gonna go and get jobs. Turn up.
Yeah.
But also varying ages, people, everyone's on their personal journey. My sister
And you're just adamant, like, this is for me.
It felt good.
Yeah. And your
Yeah.
parents ain't saying nothing about, what you doing.
My mum was asking me what my plans were, and I told her, well, I want to do music. I really do think I can.
Right.
She's like, well, have a plan, have a backup, just in case. But
And
go for it.
And the backup was?
Every job I could find.
Okay.
But no, remember I studied journalism, so it was like journalism. I could really be a journalist, or I could, and I found every job I found was something that related to music.
Yeah.
So
Are you working part-time at this point, or just?
I had jobs at Marks and Spencer's.
Come on, M&S, British.
Who didn't?
Yeah.
Jobs at Marks and Spencer's. I had I worked at Deal Real Record Shop, the original Deal Real.
Right.
And anywhere I could get some part-time, essentially.
So then what's the kind of break moment that things can start? Because you're doing the circuit, trying to get noticed, right?
Yeah. I feel like I did every open mic you could think of.
Right.
And DJ Skits pays attention. He's like, I'm working on an album. Come and do this first. I've seen you. And I know you from our mutual friends. I had a record that I was moving around with this guy called DJ Blue.
Right.
Bluefoot.
Right.
And he, that's a hilarious name, by the way, Bluefoot. And he was like friends with, so we had this record going around. He was we were all friends in the same circuit at this point.
Yeah.
And Skit says to me, come from work and do this record. He calls me, he's like, yo, I'm in the studio tomorrow. I was like, I have work. He's like, we'll come from work and knock it out. We have the studio till this time. I was like, cool. So I ran my Marks and Spencer's uniform.
Come on.
And I went to do this verse, and it was me, Temper and Wildflower, and it became Domestic Science.
Right.
I didn't think anything of it too much, because it's Temper and it's Wildflower, who were arguably bigger names at the time than me, because I was just starting as a rapper, become known as a rapper in those circuits. And did it and left, and when we were finished, everyone was just like, yo, you killed it, like you bodied it. I didn't say body back then, but they said, It's like, you did really well. It's really good. It was wicked.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, good. Like, did the video. Then this is the when the break came, Blak Twang. I got on stage off of that with Ty and DJ Pogo at Jazz Cafe.
Right.
And they And that was a big deal.
Right.
Because you had to get your name on the flyer as a whole.
Yeah.
And then, everyone had their flyers and stuff, but this was established. Everyone would come over, like different artists from the US would come over and find their way to Pogo and Ty's Lyrical Lounge. It's kind of like, I don't know, like Questlove and the roots of the scene out here at the time. And I got on that flyer and I got to perform. And Blak Twang must have called me like a week after, like, I have a record.
And that's the Trickster one.
Trickster.
Can we just talk about the accent, because not a lot of people are rapping in British accents at the time. It was a big thing at the time, I guess, where a lot of people, all we knew was American rap, and therefore
there were some.
No, there was in that scene, of course, with the Rodney piece. But I'm saying from kind of a mainstream general point of view, it appeared that there was a lot of British guys with American accents trying this thing.
Which I get. I mean, look, back then I understand everyone was like, no, it's terrible. Do your accent. All right.
But what was the choice for you to keep it 100, keep it British? You get what I'm saying?
I just chose it. It made sense to me, and I knew I could rhyme.
What a choice! Do you know what I mean? Because it's like that. There's so many. I can't explain how many people.
But give them. I'll give them.
No,
5
I
minutes.
understand, because
You got to consider the ones who were signed were the ones who were doing that. And so that's a different type of pressure.
Yeah,
that's a different.
Probably told that that's the formula.
It's an American art form. Do it like them.
We need to emulate it.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. The Blak Twang record comes out. That goes on MTV, doesn't it?
That does.
Is that your first time on MTV?
No.
She's like, no, I've been on there. It's nothing. What are you talking about?
DJ Skits.
Right.
With Trickster.
Right.
Was the first time. It was on MTV Base. It was on all the things. It was on, Channel U?
Right.
Everything.
Yeah.
Moving.
So are you playing a part in pushing these records, or are they just finding their ways on MTV? Because to get a record on MTV at that time was what, like an independent? Are you independent?
I am 100% the independent the entire time.
So just to record it, get the digibeater, then hey, don't think I don't
breaking
know,
down
you
the
know.
numbers.
You think I don't know, you know.
The digibeater, because it was a digibeater.
Yeah, I know.
That's hilarious.
Go to Stanley Productions.
Wow.
Yeah.
Stanley Productions.
Yeah, get it. But it was a whole process. Are you a part of that?
No, these were their records, so I didn't have to do that. But I was fully independent, but fully paying attention.
Yeah. That comes out, then the Blak Twang record comes out, so you're fully immersed now in this kind of circuit.
People know me in the scene.
How is that for you, kind of getting your first taste of fame?
It's not even the fame of it for me. It was like, oh, I get to go and perform. And I get to go outside and really do this. And with Twang, and I always give him his props for this, he took me all over Europe in a way that I hadn't been.
Okay.
Because I've been and done a few shows here and there.
Yeah, but not on that kind of...
But I didn't tour in like Belgium. I didn't tour in like Germany extensively. And then from that, I got a record with DJ Dynamite where he had me sing Uptown Top Ranking.
Right.
So it was he put me in a place to have other moments and also see the world and understand how to tour, minimally without it being like the world's biggest budget, and still making an impact.
And the business side of things, are you fully aware of that at the time, or are you just young and just rolling with it?
No, I'm learning, I'm reading, I'm paying attention, I'm making sure I'm being paid.
Yeah.
Like he came and picked me up from my mum's house.
Right.
So my mum gave him the look like,
what are you doing?
Okay.
Yeah, but you
Him
hear
and
it
Big
all the
Ted,
time,
like,
innit?
hi.
Yeah.
That's my child. Like, don't play with it. Yeah.
So when does 1980 drop then? Is that next, or is that kind of...
That's a little bit later.
Okay, so then you're touring, you're learning the ropes. What happens next? Are you kind of fishing for a deal, or is it... Yeah?
I went looking for a deal. I made mixtapes, and I did the whole thing. I was reading books when I was on the tour too, like, how do you do this?
Are you a rapper at this time or a singer?
Both. I was never not both.
Is that... What would you put first at that point? Because it would appear that you're a rapper.
Both.
Okay, no, fair enough.
No, because I was...
there's not a lot of singer-rappers, are there? I don't think...
No, it was literally Lauren.
Right.
It was literally Lauren. To everybody, it was literally Lauren.
That's what I mean. So there's not...
Yeah, so I was doing it, and that was a question that kept coming up, and I was like, oh, both. I'm going to sing this hook, and I'm going to rap right after it.
We love that.
Simple.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Okay, so then you look for a deal. Does it come?
No.
Right.
I'm looking for deals. They're all like, we don't get it. Can you sound more like this? And then we'll take the demos and I'd hear it on other people's songs and
What do you mean other people's songs?
other artists.
Who's been stealing your songs?
The A&Rs, not them.
Okay.
Because they wouldn't even know it was me.
So you'd be giving demos.
I'd be giving demos and hearing
A&Rs are taking your...
hearing the
How
demos.
are you getting your stuff to kind of A&Rs? Because it's not an email thing.
Oh no, we went to the labels. We went.
When you mean we, like, you just
me
knocking
and my
on doors?
manager at the time went to the labels and were like, "Hey, this has happened. Skits, Blak Twang. She's ready. She's one of the ones people fuck with her. Like, you know, let's go."
I don't
and they were
think
like,
people have got that hustle anymore, like of just doing it the appropriate manner. Like everyone's just so on the internet, but there's
Yeah.
ways of just going down and
Yeah.
communicating with people.
But for me at that time, especially at that time, you needed something.
Yeah.
You needed something to help you.
Right.
And as much as I was doing it independently, I needed that bigger look in
Yeah.
order for it to make it make sense.
Of course.
Right. But here now today, you don't actually need it. You can just put that shit up.
Yeah,
yourself.
but videos ain't cheap then.
They weren't cheap,
Come
but
on.
they're cheaper now.
Yeah, of
Shit.
course, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You got an iPhone, boom,
Yeah.
and you're rolling. Not hell no.
That's
Digibeaters, you know.
this digibeaters. You have to go fucking mini discs. Oh
Do
my
you
god.
get what I'm saying?
It's a lot.
Okay, cool. You're knocking on doors. The deal doesn't come.
Yep.
Your records are getting taken by people.
They're getting
Who's
like.
taking your records?
I'm not
Come on,
talking.
come on,
I'm
man.
not, it's
How you-
inconsequential. It's inconsequential.
No, but just you get me. Just
No.
for the spill some tea in it. Like
I'm not
it's not
spilling-
your fault. Who took your
That's
shit,
bad karma.
man?
I'm not
It's
spilling
not
tea on
karma, it's
people.
facts.
It's terrible tea.
How can facts be
Terrible.
karma?
It's terrible.
Okay, so
They
okay.
know, and
Are they big artists? Mainstream
they
artists.
were
They took your records,
Yeah.
as in lyric for lyric or flows.
as in energy, flow, and the sound.
Oh, you come on, man.
And but
It's not
I'll
their
say this,
fault.
It's not their fault. It was definitely the label playing them stuff. And we're artists. Nothing is. I don't take it personal because nothing is new, right?
Right.
People can say, "Oh, Lauren, you sing and rap like Lauren." Okay, you know.
That's a compliment and a half.
That's a
innit?
compliment, but
Yeah.
it's also like but so I can't because somebody else did it. I can't.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And Lauren loves me. We cool.
we
we cool.
We cool with Lauren, man.
But it's a thing of like, nothing's new under the sun. It's inconsequential, and also like if you hear something once, I'm hugely inspired by so many artists. I took from them too, but at the time I was so offended. Like,
But-
you know, like how did this is my demo? This is
So I love this answer. You still won't give me a name. innit?
No.
You know them ones like.
like
You don't want to know.
no.
Okay, was it just
Yeah.
one artist or was it just?
It was a couple. It was a couple.
Oh,
but
man, I'm trying to
but
think.
the
Who
point
took it?
is,
Who was around that time?
everyone's gonna do their Googles.
Are
But
they
the-
rappers?
Oh my god, you gonna keep asking me. The point here is, after that, it went to okay. Well, then I have to do it myself.
Just to put a pin in that, isn't there a lawsuit that can run now? You get me? I see Marvin
Statute
Gaye
of
trying to
lim-
go for Ed
statute of
Sheeran.
lim-
and
statute of
limitations has
limitations.
not expired. You're acting like it's
Oh, it's different to
she's
what happened
acting
with
like
Ed
she's
Sheeran.
Tchaikovsky or something.
It's
200
different. It's different to what happened with Ed Sheeran. That was actual lifting of notes and melody and intention.
Okay, and this is swag.
This was
Hey,
like
the swag lifting is worse, you know.
this is
Some-
like that sound like what I sent you on a demo. Why
Okay.
are we singing?
Okay.
Come on now.
All right, I hear that.
You
All
know.
right. So then, what do you do then? There's no deal.
No, they're all literally fronting. So I went to my manager and I was like, we're gonna do it ourselves. Like, let's go find a distributor. Let's go.
Right.
And he was like, okay, let's you know.
Where
Like,
did you find this manager from, FYI? No,
well, he
we
did-
got to know the picture.
he did promo. I was with one manager when we went through, and this another one by the time we got to this point, and especially when we heard the records sounding like, and he was like, he was in record promotions.
Right.
So that helped because I understood, oh, well, you could just send the records out. You could be part of the promotions team with the distributor and help me send the records out.
You're very on it, aren't you? Like, very on job. I can see it.
Focused.
You know your shit, like how you got to do it, how
I
you
read
got to run
books.
it. Where did that come from? Is that just reading books then?
It's reading books and paying attention, yeah.
And being a boss? Because,
Pretty much.
not to sound rude, I can't see female bosses in them days.
What?
No, they were about...
You said not to sound rude
No,
and
because
proceeds
I'm going to
to
get
sound
cancelled for that
rude.
shit. I'm just saying, it's
Cancel
lovely
him.
to see. It's lovely. No.
No,
It's
I know.
nice to see.
Yeah.
Do you get me? Because
Okay.
in those, I'm just, you know what I mean?
I understand
It
what
was
you
a
mean.
different era.
It was, but
People had pages, for fuck's sake. You get me?
people had pages. They did. Oh, God.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Well, hold on. Not just pages. They had Blackberries. Around
Exactly.
this, they had Blackberries, okay?
Exactly.
Like,
But
ooh, why's
they had
that?
MySpace, for God's sake.
And telephones at your house.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
On the thing. So
Yeah. Ring, ring.
that's what I'm trying to say. So it's lovely that you got that
Yeah.
vision. I'm just curious as to where it come from. Just self kind of taught.
Yeah, because look, the one thing that I always remembered and the one thing I always understood from looking at people who I respected at the time, maybe Jay-Z was one of the ones, was you can't expect people to respect you and what you're asking them to do for you if you don't have any information on it yourself. Like you can't just tell someone like, make me a star. Which how do you make a star? Like you should have a clue about how to make the thing that you're asking them to make you, right? Before you just tell them make you this.
Sure.
That's a level of entitlement that I've never been given and I don't want to have. You know, I always want to know the machines of it. I want to know how you can do it. So when I'm asking you to do it, I don't look at you like it can't be done. Because I can tell you how it can be done.
Yeah, big facts.
Yeah, so, and that's been since a child. And I read books so I can see how it can be done. Like,
but it's a good message for people because some people are just on this
read
TikTok
books.
trying to blow overnight. And I'm thinking...
but also if you're on TikTok, there's a TikTok for everything. I understand. No, I'm
there's people that are sat here earning five grand a month from eating food, you know.
Amen. Look, however you get it, make it go.
But I want to give you your flowers for that, just having that boss mentality, you get me, from early. Okay, so the deal doesn't come, and also having that thick skin, because if things don't go your way, some people shout, this shit ain't for me, I don't want to do this, but for you, it apparently seems to make you stronger.
It does, it feeds me.
You get it, it's true.
What is it? It's like the power up, like,
no, it's true, feeding off the energy.
What's the Wakandan?
I don't know. Captain Planet, the Hulk, or something, you know what I'm saying?
She said Wonder Woman, let's go.
Yeah, Wonder Woman, let's go. Okay, so you don't get the deal, so then you do it yourself.
Yeah.
So then what are the steps then that happen?
We register a company. Yeah. Stella Ents.
Sorry, is your name Estelle? Estelle is the name. You're going with that. You picked it.
Decided.
Was there any other names? FYI.
There was Estelle with an apostrophe, trying to be clever, and then that just got long.
Where the hell was the apostrophe? After the E.
EST apostrophe LL.
Trying to be too cool.
It's too clever. It's too clever. It's fancy.
And then what else? Was that it? You were just going with Estelle.
And then I said, fuck it.
No, I respect that. Okay, go on. So then, what's the next step? Then?
Register the name, register the company, and then I asked my team to help me with a distributor. We found a distributor, and I can't remember the name of who they were, but they were good.
Right.
We made mixtapes.
Right.
So I got photo shoot done. Wale Adeyemi sent me some stuff.
Hey, what happened to him?
He
had the writing on the
is it
Don't
MBE?
catch me.
MBE. That's my friend.
That's that clothing was bad for his time.
He's a legend, and I feel like you should have him on the show.
I would love to make it happen. Hey, after this, I want John Legend in my fucking building. I want everybody.
He said, "Why don't John
We're gonna cross that bridge slowly. You get me? Slowly. But big designer. Yes, absolutely. I remember the big letters and
Craig David.
Fantastic. Yeah, go on.
So he lent me some things, loaned me some clothing items.
Is he on the come up then as well, or is he kind of established?
He's already him.
Right.
So that was a big deal.
So then how do you get all that? Do you know what I'm saying?
I asked him.
Just
I
what?
said to him, I'm doing a shoot for
What's this
my
on BlackBerry?
album. Probably. Or the phone.
Yeah.
Hi, Wale. Yeah. But it was him, a lady called Sakina, who was like a friend who started styling me, and a guy called Ben Wachenji. Brother Ben took the pictures. He's an incredible artist and a digital artist.
Yeah.
You recognize his images if you see them.
Right.
But he took the pictures and oh no, he didn't take pictures. He did the cover art for me. Another guy, oh goodness, it's crazy. I can't remember his name, but another guy took the pictures, and it was just easy thing. I just called and asked my friends to help, and they did. Because they saw me working.
They could see. Yeah.
They could see me working, and we made the mixtape.
It's just old school out the boot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because they didn't believe it, they didn't get it.
Right.
So I said, all right, I'll show you.
So just for those people that don't know, you used to get a physical copy, something called a CD.
Copy.
Google CD. It's this music
CD.
thing.
It's silver. It's silver.
It wasn't a tape, was it?
It was
CD.
CDs.
CDs, and people used to sell them, open their boot.
Yeah.
American style almost.
Yeah.
I remember New York style
I had
hustle.
a bag.
And you go out and you literally approach people and get them to buy your product.
Now, I did it smart because, like I said, I used to work in a record shop. So I knew all the guys who were the
distribution.
Right, so again, anything that was like I would use it. I was like, well, there's a guy called Basil. I love Basil. I love you, Basil, if you're still with us. I don't know where you are. I haven't seen you for years. I just have to say that you're incredible.
Come on.
And thank you. Basil will take my CDs, and even if I wouldn't sell them, he would still give me money.
Basil's a real one.
Hey,
to Basil,
I feel like I didn't sell any. I feel like I never sold I don't know if I sold any with Basil, but Basil still gave me money. So
we love that.
And I put it back into
sale or return, innit?
Sale or return. Okay,
sell, I just I'm out here,
He said he's been it.
If they don't sell, you get it back with no money.
He would give me the money still and still give me some of the product back.
That's lovely.
Basil was real, and we sold a bunch. We sold up to like 5,000 of them.
Amazing.
I was like,
what's this, a street team type thing? Are you out there as well?
I'm out there a little bit, but every show I would sell some.
Right.
Some with Basil. I would walk around Soho and talk to all the shops and the shopkeepers I knew because I worked at Deal Real, and give them some to put in their front, and people would buy it. Same thing, sale or return.
Yeah.
2 weeks or a week or whatever. And we ended up selling like 5,000. Went back to the labels because
and said we've sold.
And it was part of the story that helps me get signed, because people were confused as to how I did that. And I also had this is the stuff where I say it's all God. No, this is me with intention, but it's all God. I just had a publicist who wanted to work with me back then too, and she just called up my manager and was like, I want to work with her. I see what she's doing.
Right.
You know, and came on board and was getting me press that labels couldn't get, and like really making sure I was in there competing. So
this is some Pied Piper business.
This is some
really.
People
You're out
were
here and people are just joining the journey.
The team, yeah.
And I'm guessing they're not getting paid at that point. Or
at that point they weren't, but what I do know is that everybody went on to have great
it's beautiful, but that's what I'm saying. Like the belief that this girl is gonna do something to the point where we're all in. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That is amazing.
It's quite amazing.
You go to labels and say you sold 5,000.
And at that point,
sorry to ask, the devil's advocate in me is going to say, how are you going to prove you sold 5,000? We're on the streets,
we're keeping a tally. No, there were receipts.
Hustling.
There were receipts.
I sold 1 million copies. How you mean?
I should have told him 1 million.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
But we kept a tally, and again, my manager at the time was like a well-known like record promoter in the industry, so people knew him. So that's fine, because that's a real question, and that was part of the beef. It was like he was in the industry, I wasn't.
So you go back to labels and say, right, we sold 5,000. We're serious out here.
Jamie Binns approached us and said, I have a label deal with V2.
Virgin.
I'm going to do, version 2.
Yeah.
All right, it's not big version, it's the little...
It's still Virgin. We're going to take it as Virgin. Stop
like,
you
version.
get me bringing it down.
Big version.
Richard Branson, you mad?
Richard's
on a blower saying yes.
Richard Branson's stepchild.
Right, go on.
But it was on V2.
Yeah.
Because it's different. And essentially we did the deal via that. He hadn't done the deal yet. He was just like, I have an option, and if you want to.
Did you take that option?
I did.
What was the deal?
It was my label, Stella Ernst. Jay did.
So you're a subsidiary of V2. I got words, you know.
Yeah.
You're the subsidiary of V2.
I'm subsidiary of
So you wanted your own label.
V2. I wanted my own label.
You didn't want to just bring out with them.
No, after everyone had turned me down, I wanted to own my stuff.
That's a bit of a tall order. Like not a tall order. It's a bit, to say, hold on, I don't want. Did they offer just the deal, or did they say you?
Well, Jamie offered just to sign to him, and I said no.
Okay.
No, I will always be on my own label, and we'll sign to you.
But again, there's that vision of, hold on, I'm not taking the first thing that's being thrown at me.
Because I went to them all and they were all like, no, so why would I just give what I just worked for to you?
Right.
No, we're going to do this.
And they offer you your own label.
Well, Jamie said, yeah, okay, we'll do the partnership and go.
What does that mean in terms of owning your own label? Is that, what is it? Talk money to me. Talk turkey, baby. Talk turkey.
It means I have a bit more control over all the stuff, and it wasn't super tough to get off the label, even though it was tough when I needed to leave.
But it's your label. How could you get
as in my name's on every single piece of paperwork that goes through everything. It's on the back of the CD. Stella Ernst is on the back of everything.
Yeah.
It's registered as a label.
Right.
So like everything you do has to come through our business, and we have to check it out, make sure everything's good before I sign off and say yes. The money
on some
get
Dragon's Den thing, know. CEO. No, I love it though. This is serious. This is wicked. I mean, like you really wanna, you know what I mean? Is there an advance for that? How does it work? How much is the advances? Come on, man.
No,
ballpark figure. We don't need. Look, he's going. Hell no! Don't even dish the dirt.
No. It was it's so old. He's like, I don't care. It's not.
Five figures or six?
Let me think.
In those days, how much?
No, honestly, it wasn't that much. It wasn't too much.
It wasn't 4 figures. I don't.
It was definitely 6.
Okay.
But it wasn't much in comparison to what you think people get signed for.
Oh, but it's still 6 is good though.
If So Solid were getting $1 million deals, it was
but So Solid
it was not millions.
Yeah, but
you know.
Are they out at the moment? So
Solid
yeah, but
out.
they're really dominating everything. Do you know
exactly.
What I mean? Respectfully, you haven't got that many.
And they were signed to Island. They were signed to the big dogs, right?
Yes.
Was it Island or Universal?
One of them.
One of them, big ones.
But still to get 6 figures.
It was a good time.
It's good gravy.
I think it was. I want to say it was. And when I say 6, I count the overall budget.
That's cool, man. Don't worry.
No, and I say this as a
I'm
meaning
not
of
the
important.
accountant. I'm not HMRC, you know.
I mean this is important to the story because when you think about being signed, you only think of like, oh, she just got money.
Yeah.
But you got.
I think with people, sorry to interrupt, people that I speak to, they want to recoup that money. It's not just scum the money.
Yeah,
like,
you're not
everything is paid for.
Everything.
From food to fucking cars.
Oh, you breathed in the office. We have to pay for that.
Studio sessions.
Yeah.
They don't. Okay.
Yeah.
So now you're going to work now.
Deal. I'm going to get the album done. I'd already done half of it in my head.
Yeah.
And they were suggesting producers, and I was like, let me go find them. Let me go get it. So between me and my manager at the time, and people I knew, we asked them for a little budget to fly to New York.
Right.
And I flew there with my sister and Baby Blue. It's an artist I used to work with.
Don't gas me about Baby Blue,
she
you
was
know.
good, was
Because
she?
the other day we were talking about, don't gas me, because we were talking about Sway and Little Derek. And I was saying Baby Blue's verse is cold on that motherfucker.
Listen, we're still waiting on a rap album from you.
Yo!
Blue.
Baby Blue,
Yeah,
cold.
She's one of the ones.
Is 1980 out by now?
No.
Okay, sorry. So I thought you're going to do...
So this is where we go and do 1980.
Right, okay.
We did it in a publishing cupboard studio office
Yeah.
at Sony Records, the label.
Where, in America?
In New York.
So, sorry, whose idea is it to go to yours?
Mine, yeah.
Okay, why? That's just the hub of music? Or?
No, so there was producers I was working with the entire time. The entire time all of this is happening, I don't stop recording. I'm still like nurturing my personal connections and my management's connections, and we're still recording with who we got to record with.
But where were you finding these Americans from?
They come to us.
BlackBerry. No, I'm curious.
This one is this page of BlackBerry.
MySpace. No, I'm curious as to where the link up is. You don't just go in New York.
No,
you know what I'm saying? In those days, especially. Like
could.
I'm saying, like to go and get it. Like it's
you could.
Mark,
Yeah, you good.
if you're a flipping visionary, yes.
Yeah.
But there's not a lot of visionaries. Do you get what I'm saying?
Well, lucky I am.
No, come on, rated. Right, go on, sorry.
So I go to like the connections are always being made. Like people again working in the record shop or just being around everybody.
Yeah.
It's a gravitational pull. Some people were like, who is she? Like, what is she? So I met people that way, and then my management knew people, and they would connect up the dots, you know. And they were always just impressed because I wasn't really there to hang out. I was there to work.
The business boss.
So like, what were you recording? What's happening?
Boss
I was very clear.
about
my. So we went there to record, and we did 1980. It took us about 2-3 hours.
Yeah.
Knocked it out, and then went home. We liked it. We danced around the hotel room that we all shared. It was crazy.
Did you get the vibe that was the?
That was going to be the lead song. I just liked it a lot.
Yeah.
I thought it was just. I was just like, this is just beautiful. The keys.
Everything.
Yeah.
It builds up beautifully. It's a proper song.
It felt like warmth. It felt warm. It felt like home.
Yeah.
You know. And then also it reminded me of this guy that used to play piano at my nan's house. 4 o'clock on the dot, 3-4 o'clock on the dot every day upstairs.
Right.
He used to play piano, like play piano for like an hour, 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon. It was like, we're good. He's alive.
He's alive.
Or she's alive. It could have been a woman, to be honest. I don't know, but like it was like someone's up there. Someone's up there. We're good. But that intro reminded me of home, and that's what kind of threw me there.
And then it comes out.
Comes out.
You picked that as a single.
Yeah, we all picked it. Everyone was
just that is the one.
This guy gotta go. Yeah.
Comes out.
Yeah.
Does bits. Are you
1 or 2?
Huh?
1 or 2 bits.
Well, go on. You can
tell
us what does it do in it.
It did some things. It was like top 20.
Like top 20
best life. Yeah.
For,
top of the pops.
British rap.
Yeah.
Like it's very not a lot of British rap.
Yeah.
Is it one of the? I don't know. What kind of British rap records are breaking charts at that time?
So solid.
So solid, okay, but some would go with their more garage element. We're talking UK rap.
Yeah.
Are you one of the first?
Probably, but I don't want to discount because I'm trying to remember there were other people out at the time.
But you could
Iceberg Slim was out.
Oh come on, Iceberg Slim,
was out.
Roots Maneuver. I don't know if
Roots
they charted
was
though,
out.
but it's
yeah.
But female wise, nobody.
Nah, it was just me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just you.
Just pure hip hop. I think it was just me.
And then
I'm really trying to not miss anybody.
No,
out.
I know, but we're just generalising and we're not trying to bring anyone down. But it's a beautiful thing. And then kind of like Top of the Pops must have been, because come on, you don't go on Top of the Pops on your show.
I went on Top of the Pops one time and someone's going to rap, but then she go, remember that group? There was a boy group and they redid Cases Touch Me, Tease Me. And
Who did that?
I'm going to tell you this because I have to laugh about it.
Right, go on.
So I remember them saying, can you redo Foxy Brown's verse? I was like, no, I'm rapping my own verse.
What do you mean redo Foxy Brown?
So you know Casey's Touch Me, Tease Me?
Oh yeah, they wanted you to do that.
They did a pop boy group version
and
of
they wanted
it,
you to feature on it.
And they wanted me to feature on it, and they asked me if I could redo
Do the same lyrics.
And I was like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, that's a bit mad.
So I did my own raps. I was proud of myself.
Come on,
I stand by my verse.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I wore that Kango, but here we are. It's fine.
Is that on Top of the Pops you wore?
It's outside.
Okay. Well,
we did that on Top of the
Kango
Pops.
was the time. LL Cool J, you get me? People don't know about the fashion. You get what I'm saying? Baggy pants, you get me? Hey, the baggy pants are coming back, you know.
Apparently.
God willing.
Scary.
You get me?
He said, God willing.
Because we can't do these types anymore.
Please.
I can't take it, man.
I'm not talking to
My
you.
balls can't take it anymore. No, I'm
Oh
joking.
my God.
I'm sorry. Yeah, but just going on Top of the Pops, what a moment for your family. Do you know what I mean?
real,
Like, how is that for your parents and your brothers and sisters to see that? Like, Sissy's now a bona fide pop star.
Well, I don't think it was real.
What do you mean?
Because, I mean, look, that very first one was like, it's for somebody else. But doing like, I think it was like an open air show too. Doing that was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
You know, like, this is... But also I was working. Like, the entire period we was moving 1980. I said moving it. We was moving it around, I should say. I was working. Like, they had me in the back of a van with twins. That's the group, 3SL. That's the name of the group, 3SL.
It rings a bell, but go on.
Yeah.
What she saying?
But the entire time they had me working, like when I say
when you mean they, the team that you handpicked yourself.
No, the label. They.
Yeah, but it's your label.
It is. But and to be fair, I'm glad they made me do it. But so I didn't really have too much time to take it in,
right?
Or even spend time with my family. Like, look,
is that a good thing or a bad thing? Because sometimes to bask in it is a nice thing before the moment's gone, just to take it in, not in a egotistical way, but
I wish I'd had more time to really like look at it.
Right.
But I was in it, busy doing it, so I couldn't really. And the basking came when holy, oh gosh, we really did it, was at the MOBOs.
Right.
Because the MOBOs was a thing. I remember when the MOBOs started. I was there when the MOBOs started. Right. It was around. We snuck into my first MOBO party.
But the MOBOs was our Grammys, right?
It's our Grammys.
Let's face it.
So to me, it was like sneaking into a MOBO party to winning. Yeah. Or getting in because my friend did PR at the MOBOs. Or my good friends. MOBO. And then to win one was like,
what was that for? Sorry, what was it?
1980.
Yeah, but what was it? Best single? Was it artistly? I
can't remember. I think it was like
it's on the mantelpiece somewhere. It's on the mantelpiece somewhere.
I should know this stuff.
But there's a lot going on that mantelpiece.
You
get me? The mantelpiece is looking kind of busy.
It's a good time.
For winning a MOBO as well.
Yeah, it was a big time.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So then, is it kind of more the same then? Like, is there pressure now of we've now hit this? We got to keep this gravy train rolling.
Not for me, for them.
Oh, right, okay.
For the label, they were like, all right, what's going on? So then we did Free.
Right.
And what was important for me for Free was making sure the scene felt seen and came together.
Yeah.
Right? Because it was that, like, well, I'm still hip-hop, but I'm also, like, in this other world that's popular music, which includes garage.
Yeah.
So I was like, who's the person, who's the thing? And I thought, the only person I loved their voices so solid. I loved everyone, but, like, Mega had this thing about him.
Yeah,
and I felt like I needed him to say or advocate for like peace and calm and just everyone chilling out, you know.
Because it was a bad time at the time.
It got wild for a while.
It was wild out there.
Yeah.
People were getting hurt.
People getting hurt. Yeah. People getting locked up every other week, and it was like a targeted moment for like music and black music artists.
Yeah.
I just felt like.
And they were getting blackballed a lot.
Yeah, I felt like that's not what we are. That's not what I see.
Yeah.
Everyone
Asher went prison for holding a thing.
A lot of stuff happened.
Right. So you thought you'd step in and try and.
Well, I just felt like I could do something with the video, and also I wanted to see all my friends united, because I would go to parties and see the garage lot, and I would go to parties and see the R&B girls and the R&B guys, and we'd all be hanging out. It wasn't weird like them.
So you wasn't seen as the rap corner.
Okay, you get like hanging out with Kele Le Roc, Terry Walker. Like, it's.
Hey, Kelly's still out here, you know. We love that.
And give that lady more flowers.
Kelly don't stop, you know. Hey, Kelly, I see her everywhere, you know. I see her at Red Bull Culture Clash. Right? Anywhere I go, I see Kelly, you know.
Sing.
Come on.
Shout out to Kele Le Roc. She sounds brilliant. I love that lady.
She's at Sheesh on Wednesdays as well. I
know he said, I see her. Yeah.
No, it's amazing. Yeah. Okay, so you're all one, and then you do that kind of record.
Video, and again, I think what was disappointing for me with the label, what was good. What was equally good was that like the song did really well. Right. Both songs did really well. And I think it like shot above what they thought it was going to do. Right. So it's kind of like shit. Okay. We have to actually step up now because she's not playing. Like she's shown us. Yes. Like she can do this.
Amazing.
And she's a people like her. Like
Yeah.
they like her. You know, we wasn't sure, but they really do. You know.
Bona fide artist now, UK known. You know what I mean? One of the forefathers, sisters, mothers, whatever you want to call it. Album comes out.
Yeah.
Does it do well for you? Yeah. Does it exceed? How does it go?
I don't remember where it went in the charts,
Okay.
but I know that it was critically acclaimed on all the things.
Because
and
the
all
British
ways.
rap album by then is pretty much unheard of.
And that's the
It's-
thing. It was just a music.
It's still
album.
niche, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think niche is the right word,
Yeah.
perhaps, in regards to a mainstream.
Well, I think this. I'm known as a rapper
Yeah.
at that point,
Right.
and I think I made a half and half album.
Right.
So it was people trying to do loops in their head about how they should classify me.
Right.
And there wasn't really a place for it. Yeah. Especially here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There wasn't. Fair enough. Album comes out, does well, and then what do you do? Is it just on to the next?
Well, I was already on to the next. I was already
Oh.
recording the next while all this is happening.
Right.
And so I start recording, and John Legend's on that first album with me, right?
Yeah. How do you get John Legend?
Well, the Roscoe's Chicken story.
What's the Roscoe Chicken story?
All
I
right,
don't even know this story. Oh,
I keep
whoa.
saying this, like everybody knows this.
Do you know
All
what?
right,
Sorry
so-
if you told this
That's
story.
all right.
And you know what I love about this? I'm
That's
glad I
all
haven't
right.
heard this story because I want to hear it now. You know what I'm saying?
So while I'm recording the first album,
Yeah.
I'm doing all my demos. I'm going still back and forth from wherever I need to be. So I
Right.
go to LA
Why? Just because
to record.
Yeah.
Because one of the management team had hooked me up with a producer.
Because those studios are better apparently.
No,
to just take
no,
that 12-hour flight. You can't record that round here.
Well, hold on, the sunshine and the palm trees now.
Yeah.
Nah, I was working here, like back to back at EMI Studios and all the different ones. There's another one in Brixton I used to work out of.
Yeah.
But there was a producer set that wanted me to come out there. So I go out there to work. Actually, I went and did a song with Jamelia to get the money to go out there to work. Because I wasn't fully signed yet. I was
Right.
working on demos. So I go out there. I did a tour with Jamelia, not a song. I did a tour
Okay.
with her. And I got £2,000 and I paid my ticket, paid my accommodations, and I went there to work. And work on
Prior
my
to this,
records.
are you kind of out of money? Is this?
I'm just like not that rich.
Okay. So
I'm still like touring and trying to.
So these 6 figures are gone.
They're not there yet.
They're not
They're not there yet.
Okay.
We're still signing, right?
Okay, right,
so
right,
this is
right.
me working. So it's like the 6 figures. Where were they?
Yeah, the wire's taking
This
its
is
time.
right
you get
before
me?
the 6 figures, right?
Right.
Like so. But this is the point. None of that.
Yeah.
I'm not waiting for any of that. I'm still
No, we
gonna
love that.
get my
That's what I'm
demos
talking
together.
about.
I'm still gonna do this music. I go to LA. I remember Kanye's. I was at Through the Wire mix. Was it Through the Wire? What's the name of the I'm Good mixtape? Right.
Right.
That comes out, and I'm like, this man's voice. Like,
Right.
this is ooh, I'm good.
Yeah.
So good. Like, and I'm just like, this man's voice sounds like church. It sounds like.
Yeah.
And whole time I'm just like, I don't know where or who he is. I have to work with him.
Oh, you didn't know it, yeah.
I did not know what he looked like, what John Legend looked like. I was just like, I need
You
to
just
work
had a
with this
name.
guy.
That's
Yeah.
it. Right.
So,
One name.
One name. This is John Legend.
Yeah.
This is it. So I go to LA and I go down the street from this place I'm staying at, and the place is shaky, right? But we go to Roscoe's. I go
Chicken
to
and
Roscoe's.
waffles for those
Roscoe's
that
Chicken
don't
and
know.
Waffles in LA when it was safe to eat,
Yeah.
right? Because it's shaky now.
Yeah.
I
Where's it?
go to-
Downtown, where's it? LA's a big
It's
place, you know.
in Sunset. It's like in the middle
Oh,
of.
is Sunset
middle.
shaky, yeah?
Well, at the time,
Okay,
yeah.
all right, fair
Sunset
enough.
was a little shaky back then.
Yeah.
I didn't think anything because I'm just like bright eyed and
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
sunny.
British people don't care. Yeah,
We
what's
don't
going
care.
on.
Yeah. Like it's the sunshine, it's the palm trees. And I go and I'm walking down the street, I go to the Roscoe's, and I look to my right and I'm playing a mixtape and Kanye is sitting there. And I don't know what John looks like
Kanye West is just sitting there.
in eating food. And I'm like,
Shut up.
I'm doing my order to take out. And I
You're
was
like,
like,
nah, make that take in now.
no. I did this. I was like, I want a Carol C special. I look at the lady, she's looking at me like, come, sis, come on. And I was like, Carol C special, please. And I'll be right outside. I'll go outside to wait. And I start praying. I was like, God, if you're there, I need you to show up. I need you to show me that you're there right now. I need Kanye to come outside. I need to tell him something. I don't know what I'm going to tell him, but, I know I have the words, but just let him come outside, please,
Yeah.
in Jesus' name. 2 minutes, that man walked outside.
Kanye West just walks outside. Well, as in he finishes or he's
He's just on the phone.
right. Oh my God.
And I was like, thank you, Jesus.
Right.
And he gets off the phone. I was like, hi. And I start, talking to him, telling him I'm a fan. And
Give
he
me the
just-
pitch. Give me the pitch.
No,
I got to hear that
so
shit,
in
man.
so give me the pitch. In my head, I'm like, all right, he's just done a record with Mega because I had done 3. I just recorded 3.
Right.
And he just done a record with Mega, so I can talk to him about that. It's the connectivity. I was like,
Right.
well, hey, hi, I'm from London. I know you know some people I know. You just did a record with my friend Mega. I just did a record with him. Da, 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 da. He's like, yeah, I know them so solid. I was like, yeah, well, let me tell you. So look, there's this guy that you work with called John Legend. I really want to work with him. I have a record. I really want him on my album. I'm just about to sign a deal and blah, 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 blah. He's like, take my number and come to the studio and meet him. I was like, okay.
Holy.
So I took his number. I'm not scared because I was raised around rappers. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know? And so I do. Go to record plant and I'm talking to John. I don't know what he looks like, remember? So I'm talking to John because I'm a computer nerd. He's got Apple Mac. And I have one too. And so I'm like, oh, so do you know we can do this?
Is this a G4 or
This,
G5?
no, it was like the bait. It's like, you know, the white ones?
Yeah,
the old like...
with the big back.
The big, no,
with
no.
the BBL. No,
The big thick, they were like this thick, like
Right,
the white
right.
ones. He said the BBL Max.
but you know what I'm talking about, them
Yeah.
big, yeah. Right.
Stupid.
Right.
And like, I walk out to Kanye, he's like, yo, come a second. I was like, okay. So I'm thinking I've done something wrong. And he's just talking to me. I don't remember half of what he's saying. He's just talking to me. And I'm just thinking, where the fuck is John? It's cold and I'm tired. It's always my
Okay. Are you
my
not thinking this is
motivation.
Kanye West anymore? He's not that Kanye West. He's not
He
college
was-
dropout yet.
He is
he?
college dropout.
So
but
college
he's
dropout
like,
out?
he college dropout just come out.
Okay.
And I'm Good was there.
Right.
Like, so he's going into the next iteration, but he's still him.
You're not thinking like we could target.
No, because I talk to everybody. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know, like
No,
that's,
I hear that.
you know, that's lovely. You're a good human.
Mm.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
And so I'm just thinking, like, can I meet the guy that I came to meet so I can get out of your way? Because
Yeah.
I don't like to disrupt because I know studio costs.
Yeah.
He's telling me that he's producing this record for this kid from Chicago who won Chicago's Idol. And I was like, oh, cool. And so we walk back in and the guy's in the room. So John's in the booth at this time. And he started talking about missing a note. And I told him, oh, the note's this. And it's probably right there. And turn that one out. And
Engineer. Yeah.
I'm just meddling in their business.
Yeah.
Meddling in their business. Like,
Yeah,
what?
man, that B sharp's flat, you know.
No, listen,
Yeah.
like, I felt like I fucked up.
Yeah.
And so they kind of look at me like, what?
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, okay, let me just slide back
Yeah,
a little.
yeah.
Then John comes out. No, Kanye already at the time had told me like, yo, that's him, like the guy that was in there.
Right.
So he comes out the booth and I was like, hi, so look, anyway, here's this record
Let's
I
cut
have.
to the
I want
chase.
to, I want to have you sing on it. I play it for them and it's Hey Girl. And they were like, nah, I'm like, okay. And then he asked me a couple questions about like what and how, and I was like, yeah, I'm about to be signed. We're doing the deals. Da, 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 da. We were talking still. And John's like, oh great, my album's about to come out too. We're working on my deal and that. I was like, perfect timing. So like we got, I'm big chested about my shit. Like
And like ordinary people's now, right?
ordinary people's not out
Right,
yet.
that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, it's mixtape, John.
Early doors.
This is
Early
like-
doors.
This is piano and a.
This is Bitcoin
mic.
before the bus. You get me? We love to see it.
I love it.
She
Bitcoin
bought out the
before
dip.
bus.
Sorry. Go on.
What?
It's true though.
Wow.
Come on, you got it at the dip.
I did. Like
Yeah.
this is all God.
Yeah.
So he takes my email and takes the CD, takes the track, mini disc, right?
Well, you
Okay.
gave him an actual
I gave him a mini disc
That
with
costs
my
money,
demo.
you know. Right, go on.
It
Yeah,
holds-
mini discs were expensive.
So you
know.
understand how I was like,
yeah,
okay?
mini disc, boy.
'Cause
expensive business.
I had a
yeah.
mini disc and a mini disc player. Like,
Yeah.
let me tell you,
Come
that
on.
one mini disc cost me.
I'm telling you.
So to give him the mini disc, let me let you know.
Yeah.
Hi,
This is
sir.
very serious.
So he got the mini disc. Maybe like a week later, he emails me and tells me, yeah, because we're emailing. It's Blackberries, right? Emailing. And he says, oh, I like the record. Kanye said I could do it. Blah 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 blah. I said, cool. So when you come over next, come do it. And so he did.
You came here and did it.
Came here. We got Chinese, and he left the studio. That's it.
Boom.
And we had Hey Girl. So all of that to say, like, we had that record. Everything is doing so well with the album. John, every single time he comes over, has got me touring with him. He pulls me up on stage. We're performing. I go around the whole of the UK as a special guest on his tour.
Is this when he's blowing up then?
Yeah, he's Get Lifted is going. The 18th Day is moving. And there's no version of a tour that you could get, for me, better than the one that John had at that time.
Right, of
And
course
there
not.
was no, like, and the label were like, we didn't even have to try.
And you didn't have to buy on
You
it.
didn't have to
or
buy on
not, 'cause
it. Like,
you
I
got a
paid
bo-
for it damn near. Like,
But
they
that's
paid
what
for
I mean.
some and I paid for the rest.
But I'm
you
saying,
know? Yeah.
like, that is lovely. And do you know what?
Yeah.
It sounds far-fetched you meet all these people, but it's
Yeah.
true. I've been to America and it just seems there's a different ethic there.
different thing.
Like, I don't know, but the British accent
Yeah.
got me in places, you know.
Yep.
Because it's, they were, oh, damn, man, you British, man. Do you know the Queen, man? Yeah, man, I know Queen. But
Yeah, sort of. Like,
but-
she's on my money, I guess.
but I don't know. I just found there's less like
Yeah.
blocking going on. I don't know.
It wasn't even that, the British accent. I think and John will say this, he's like, yo, she used to work. I would work. Like, that was the thing. He was like, you're not here to like hang out.
Yeah.
No. What
Yeah.
do you mean? Like, I'm here to like be a star, make this music go
Yeah.
someplace.
Right.
And I study too. Like, I wasn't just like, oh, I'm gonna get on stage and then go and be happy that I did this thing. I'm sitting at the corner of the stage watching
Analysing.
everything, absorbing everything, because I want to do this.
And you're
you know?
watching his show kind
Yeah,
of thing,
too.
taking the
Yeah,
tips and what.
taking notes.
Yeah.
And likewise, he was like watching
Yeah.
our show, like, all right now, like, I
Okay.
didn't know they know her like that. So it was mutual, shall I
Yeah.
say that?
See,
And
I
that's
didn't
how
know
I
that
knew.
story.
Yeah,
I love that. And then obviously you signed to his label, don't you?
I signed to his label.
Is that next? Is that the next step then?
Because the label.
So what happens? You're with him touring, you get on well, and then
Yeah.
he just says, "Listen, I've got a label."
Well, no, V2. I start working on the next album, thinking I'm gonna do it with V2,
Yeah.
and they say, I said, John Legend's gonna help me. Is it produce it? And they say, who? And I wanted to punch a
said,
wall.
"Who, you
They
know?"
said who? Well, the A&R said
Richard
who.
Branson said what?
No, Richard Branson was with it.
I'm joking.
Because let me tell you how much Richard Branson was with it. Richard Branson and I and us, my business stayed working.
Right.
I worked with his foundation for like way beyond me
Okay,
signing.
cool.
So I like Richard. We like Richard and Virgin Unite. We like them. But the A&R at the time was like, who? And I said, the person I've been on, he's, let me go.
Side note: have you ever been on Necker Island? Because
I-
shut the fuck up. Yo, have you been Necker Island?
Yeah.
Is it as bad as they say?
A couple times.
Because I'm
amazing.
here. Couple times, you're taking the piss. Get out. Interview done. He's like, yeah. Have you been as well? Hey, yo, I want a job on the label. You been Necker Island? I heard it's like 100 grand a day or something.
It's beautiful.
Have you got it locked? Like you can just roll up? Nah.
I don't think I would never take anything for
No, but
granted. I
have
wouldn't
you
say
though?
that. I wouldn't say that. No.
Are you going Necker Island for free?
I'll go Necker Island on invite.
That is
On the invite.
unbelievable.
No, it's
Because
cool.
I see that episode of Cribs, you know. The
Let me
brother
tell
was-
you, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's really like, yeah, this is what you do. This is a way to do it. Yeah.
Well, obviously, like the man
This is
goes
the way
on
to do
fucking
it.
island like flamingos and then
But he also, I will give this to someone like Richard Branson. You know, the idea of what you get put into the world is what you receive.
right.
He put into the world.
Yeah.
He didn't just build that and just go like do
Yeah,
a
see
bunch
ya.
of evil shit. He's
Yeah.
really the guy. Like if he's a billionaire, he's like he's one of the ones I believe deserves it.
And he gives back.
You know, like he gives back in
Yeah.
so many ways.
No, come on, we love
Yeah,
that. We
I
love
give
that.
him
But
his.
listen, if there's about you need a little stylist or something, man can
got
roll
you.
one. You get
I
me?
got you.
I can clear that. Listen,
you,
I'm out here. You get
yeah,
me?
all right.
Okay, cool. So then you're still working with them, and then John offers a label. What happens then?
Well, I asked them to let me go, and
Okay, why did you ask them to let you go?
Because they decided that they didn't know who he was when he was all over the album, and I told them that he would help me exec produce the next album.
So that was the factor. They didn't know who John Legend was.
Well, it was the disrespect and the dismissal. for
The
me,
dismissal of John Legend.
of the whole thing.
And that's amazing for you to back your people.
Yeah.
When
Well,
when
it
it's
was-
at the price of your own.
Well, it wasn't even him. It was me saying like, "Yo, we've done so well. There's somebody who was widely respected and he was a multi-platinum producer and arguably helps me make great music.
Yeah.
The music you're trying to make me help tell me I need to level up to make, right? And I have him, and he's not going to charge you the world. And also he's going to help me except produce this album, make this better." And they were like, just disrespect, the way he did it and everything was like, who? And I was like, let me go because you don't understand and you're not going to support this. And I don't
But
want to be around anyone who
even
don't
then,
support this.
some may say at that juncture, not knowing the future, you're cutting off your nose to spite your face.
No, not at all. Because why would I sign to a label or sign with somebody who didn't believe?
But again, I agree. But I'm just saying, like, it's not like you can just go to other. Like, it's hard to get signed at this time. It's not just easy. I don't know. Well, maybe for you.
well,
you're
I didn't believe
big
that. I didn't
Estelle,
see
you get
that.
me? You just knock on other
No.
doors. Hey, so many. What's going on?
Pretty
Okay,
much.
fair enough then.
It really was that option. It was like I could go to another label.
But
you
I
know
rate
that.
the fact you backed your guy, innit?
Well, I backed myself.
Yeah.
And I had the belief and I had the support of somebody like him
Right.
who would also support me.
And they let you go, or is it a bit of a?
It took a minute.
Yeah.
It took a
You had
it took a second.
You have to cross some T's and dot some I's.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. After I got asked to let go, I called John and I said, "Well, I'm not going to be at V2 anymore."
Yeah.
And he said, "I'll sign you."
Straight.
And I said, "You got to consider he's coming from he was signed to Kanye
Right.
as a subsidiary.
Yeah.
And then
He's got to know, yeah.
So he understands the idea of labels and how that works. And he's a smart businessman too.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, cool. He said, well, just come out here and we'll find a distributor in the US.
Wow.
We'll find a distributor wherever. We looked at a label. We looked at Sony.
Yeah.
I just kind of was like, I don't want to be on the same label, under the same label, and the same label.
Yeah, I hear that.
I want some difference between church and state a little bit.
But is this like moving to America now?
This is moving to America.
So are you now, the UK is not really on your radar?
Well, no, it was just like, this is where I happened to land my deal.
This is just how it's got to be kind of thing.
Yeah, this is the best deal.
Right.
And it was like, well, I could do this deal, this whole album from my home here, or I could just, because a big chunk of US success is going and touching the people. There was no version of me just saying, here go a record.
Right, but also, no one's broken America before from a British standpoint like that in urban music, I'm presuming. So obviously to go there's the Holy Grail.
Well, hold on, there's Flowetry.
Okay, Flowetry.
Yeah.
Everyone loves to shout Slick Rick, right?
Yeah.
But really, Slick went from early.
From early, he was the foundation.
Yeah, but is he really British?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's British, but he's American.
No, he's from South London.
Yeah, I know, originally.
He was there in the 80s. So
but how much time did he spend? Do you know what I mean? I know.
No, he spent a lot of time.
Okay.
So Slick Rick moved to...
Slick Rick gets the UK first ever.
So let me give this in defense of Slick Rick. Slick Rick is, first of all, he's an OG. He's my brother.
Yeah,
We
come on.
respect his name at all times.
No, facts.
He was
Hey,
born and raised
100%.
he was born and raised in the UK, and then he moved there
Yes.
like as a teenager, right? So he was around at the inception of hip hop. That's
Yes,
the
he
thing.
was.
So like if he was around in the 70s over there as a teenager, right? He started like if he's like 18 and hip hop starts.
Yeah.
Like that's why it feels like he's been there for the longest. But he was born and raised like
But the British, we claim him very quickly.
But music wasn't really, hip hop and R&B wasn't really a thing in the
No, it
UK
wasn't,
back then.
no.
So you really couldn't. So he always repped England and he spoke like that. He still speaks like to me, like you know.
Oh, he does.
What's happening, sis? Like he's not.
No, we love that.
He's not like super.
Yeah.
It's been 60 years.
No,
like,
of course, OG. But I'm just saying, there's not a huge lineage of artists breaking.
There isn't.
It's kind of the holy grail. It's very difficult. I remember, like I don't know, like Craig David tried.
He
and,
did.
And you know, and no, he did. He did his thing. You know,
Shit,
he
Craig
really
David
tried.
sold,
He's out there. No, coldest. I'm not knocking these people because as far as I'm concerned, they've all contributed for artists like Central C to even do this thing.
To even try.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like you're all pioneers.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like to fully break it. I think Tiny Temper, when I was out there for a while, Tiny Temper was really trying to try do it. So I'm just saying it's very difficult. I think Jay Sean had to go out there and do the Wayne track.
Yep. He had to go work and live there, and that's
he had to just American. you get what?
Well, this is the thing. He was also signed to Lil Wayne, wasn't
Yeah.
he? So that's a again. This is the thing that people don't understand. It's you have to go and work. There's no version of you saying, "Oh, I'm gonna go bust America," or "I'm gonna go do this around the world." If you don't go and talk to the people,
Yeah.
you can't just say, "Here's a record, love me."
Of course.
Like, no, that's entitled.
You got to connect with the.
Yep. And I have shaked hands and kissed babies. It's a presidential campaign.
On a campaign.
It's a presidential campaign.
Okay.
It's not a game.
So you move out there then?
Yep.
To LA?
Yeah. No, I moved to New York.
Okay.
Yeah, because felt like London.
Fair enough. And then work mode.
Work and play.
And then is this where American Boys comes in?
Miami. Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna have to break that down.
So Miami.
Do you get bored of that American Boy story?
No.
Because I presume that's what everyone magnetizes to.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
What did you? I'm like, well.
Yeah, but do you get bored of like the? I've got to ask in it because I presume.
I'll tell you.
Oh, go on, and let's hear the story first. Sorry.
So John has sessions in Miami with Will I Am.
Is this the Hit Factory?
Yes.
See, I knew it. Everyone was in the Hit Factory, man.
Everyone was in
I love to be a fly on that wall,
Will
bro.
I Am had a room at Hit Factory.
Yeah.
In Miami, and he would just be in there working, making beats.
Yeah, but all these artists were next to each other, innit?
Pretty much.
How random is that? As big as America is, you're all in one building.
Because
bro.
it was nice in there. It was there in Circle House. Those are the two most beautiful studios to work out, and it's a vibe.
Yeah.
Energy is a real thing.
Yeah.
So they go. They're out there and they take me out there like, come on, and you should have one of these days too.
Right.
And I was like, oh, they're all in the same management. So I was like, all right, cool. In the days that they're working, I'm going to kick it and hang out at the beach.
Right.
Because I'm from London and it's
What happened to
cold.
work mode?
Yeah, I was
now you're on the
what
beach.
did I
A
say?
minute ago, you're hustle.
I
now
said
it's like,
work
fuck
mode,
it.
play mode. That's what I said. I said
Now the
work and play.
surfboard's out. You get me? Yeah. Right. Go on.
Because you need inspiration.
I hear that.
An inspiration cave, okay?
Yeah. Right. Go on.
So listen, this beach. I'm going. It's Miami. It's a beach. I'm going.
Listen, I respect it.
And I go and I'm hanging out at the beach in between it all. And I'm like, like, this is fun. My homegirl's there. It's a good time. And we're just getting hollered at by everything walking because the accent. And then also it's kind of like, ooh, they don't look like they're from here.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
obviously. And I'm just like, head spinning like, ooh,
yeah.
this is cute. And then guys talk to me and I'm like, I'm in love with Spanish accents. I'm in love with accents, period.
Right.
Like, it sounds like people are singing to me.
Right.
Like, when they talk in different accents. I listen, it's like, it's a real...
What's the 3 best accents in the world?
Oh, God. Well, first it's New Orleans.
New Orleans. Okay. That's the South, innit?
That's the southern
right.
Louisiana accent.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really like New Orleans.
All right.
That's about the one. That's about the one for me. Maybe Italian.
Yeah.
Maybe Italian.
Yeah.
And then there's nothing like hearing Senegalese people speak French.
Okay.
It's just something different. It's in my... It's in my genes.
I'm gonna take your word for it.
It's in my genes. It's
okay,
different.
Cool.
It's a different.
So all these guys are talking different accents.
So they're speaking, and I'm like head on swivel, numbers going everywhere. I'm like giving everybody. I'm like having a time. It's wonderful. Here. It's wonderful. Yeah. 25, 26. This is great. It's what I should be doing.
Come on.
And so I get to the studio, and John's like, "What the fuck you been doing? like you out here brown, you bronze. What's going on?" Yeah. I'm like, I'm out here having a good time with these American boys. Chilling. He's like, "Let's try about that." And that's literally it. And he goes in and he hums the words. He hums the melody. And some people cuss me about the 5'7". It really went like, 5'7". And 5'7" made sense when we wrote the lyrics. Okay. And but it don't make sense in practice. It's definitely short. Cool. But look, I'm short, so
no, it's cool.
5'5" in real life. So
come on,
a couple inches tall is not short to me.
Hey, listen,
everything's
you
tall.
like what you like, innit?
You know what? I like what the sound good on the song. Okay,
yeah. She like that sound of money, babe. So you gas me, right? Go on. Right.
So we write the song.
So you write it to together?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, me and him in the room and a few other people, have friends hanging out. One of his friends comes up with the line, but I say don't like his baggy jeans, and he was like, but I might like what's underneath him. I said, you are disgusting, but I like it. Let's go. Okay,
so it's like a joint. It's a joint enterprise.
It's two of us in the room writing, going back and forth, and I'm making them laugh about life and my life, my perspective, and then his friends are like, it's a good vibe.
Is the beat made?
Yeah, Will.i.am.
The beat is Will.i.am, and I don't think people really acknowledge that, or like that's like you got the Avengers here now. You got fucking Will.i.am on production, John Legend, Kanye West. But I feel like people don't really realize that it's Will.i.am has made this beat.
People assume
that's
Kanye.
Produced for Prince and Michael Jackson. Like, are you mad? That alone is win.
Brilliant. Will is brilliant on a different level, not just music. He's just brilliant.
Yeah.
Like I want to sit and hear him speak.
Yeah.
He lives in the clouds. He lives on another dimension, and I'm convinced of this, and I love it.
But sometimes you have to, I suppose, to get that output. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
But I just wanted to highlight that. A lot of people don't realise, like, how did you get Will.i.am, or is it just already made?
It was management, and he had a bunch of beats.
And he just like, whoever, like...
He was playing, just running through them, and then, like, making other things, and, like, running through the beats, and, like, oh, what about this sample? You like this? And then I have something that sound like... and play us and that So we got 2 from that session. We got Just a Touch and American Boy. Okay. And he didn't, I think people will mention that like it was already released out here. He put the song out right after it, like the beat, I guess. He put like a vibey version of the beat out on a mixtape or a song, album he did with BBE, which it doesn't matter. It's his beat. It don't count. He didn't care. He made money twice.
We don't count. We don't count. Okay. Songs written, you put it down, and then I suppose I got to ask, like...
Well, it happened. It's fine. We took it to the label. They played for everybody, including the kids, and the kids are like... And so everybody's child was like losing it to the song. We were like, oh, the kids love it. We good. This is a hit. And they were like, well, how can we make this a supernova? And it was like, well, ask Kanye. He's worldly, he's international, and he's in your crew. Fuck.
Like, kind of college dropout is out.
Yeah.
He's fully like...
We didn't think of him as the person to ask. It was our team members like,
He's
right there. Yeah.
Don't ask, you don't get.
And so he said, yeah. And she went and got him from the studio, from the airport. And about 6 months later, she had to go find him at the airport. Like, come on, studio's ready. Let's go. We'll be there in an hour. And he did it. He did his freestyle and did his
Is that what? As in he wrote it on the spot? Mm-hmm. And then there's obviously iconic British kind of references. Where did that come from? Did you give him the...
Of course, yes.
Did you give him the wag line?
No, he got the wag line himself.
Oh, swear.
Because he had just landed from London too. So he was fully in the TV shows and... But I gave him about the Peacoat was one and Ribena was another. Yeah.
And then like he's all over the track. Normally a feature, I suppose you get an 8 or a 16 at that to come front and...
he gave me like...
He gave you everything, the world.
20-something bars. We had to cut it down.
Okay, but even then to add all of that, was that a conscious choice? Like he's at the start and kind of... do you know what I'm saying?
To have him on it was a conscious choice for sure.
Yeah. But I'm saying the length of what he's on it.
Oh,
like he's on
yeah. It felt like it needed to be there.
Yeah, no, 100%.
I made this super clear. My records aren't... I try not to make records that are just like 8 bars of this and 2 bars of that. And
the
7 bars of,
traditional.
like make it feel good.
Yeah.
It's a long song by itself. It's 2 verses, 3 hooks and a bridge.
Yeah.
By itself.
Yeah.
This, but I wanted it to feel, I want you to jam to it. I want you to feel it and have a good time.
And there's a longer version, you're saying?
There's a longer verse, yes.
Where is that version?
No.
What do you mean no? How are you going to say no?
It's sitting on somebody's... It's sitting on the hard drive.
You pull that hard drive out. What the fuck is this?
It's sitting on a hard drive.
But why not? What do you mean?
No, at the time it was just
at the time, but this is not that. This is 2025. Was it 17 years it's been,
it's
isn't
in a vault.
So can we not unbolt this shit?
No.
Why though?
I don't want it to. It doesn't need to. Be good.
No, but it's good for the culture, just for the, do you know what I'm saying?
Maybe in 15 years.
Okay, how many more bars are on there?
It's like 4 or 5, 6 bars.
Oh look, it's going up now. 6,
no, it's
7,
like 6
8,
bars.
9.
Because I was thinking
little
about
12, little 16.
It's about 18 bars
Okay.
now. It's about 6 bars. We took him out because it was just like, this is pointless. You're not saying anything here. Just like, and he was cool with it.
Was that at the end of it, or did you cut it all up?
It was in the middle.
Okay.
Right before the Who Killing Them in the UK. It was like, bro.
Do you want to tell us them bars?
No.
Come on, man.
That's that man's bars. Let him tell it.
Well, I'd like to if you could pull out the vault. You get me?
Let
pull
him
that
tell
shit
it.
out
Let
the
him
vault,
tell
man.
it. I'm sure he knows it. Let him tell it.
Okay, cool. Song's done. How are you feeling?
Like I need to go to the club that I was headed to before
Or
the
beach.
before the bar.
Okay.
No, this was 6 months later. So it happened in New York.
Yeah.
She went and got him from the airport and drove him to Platinum Sound, which is Jerry Wonder and Wyclef Studio.
Yeah.
In New York, and I was on my way to the club. All my friends were in town. We were at dinner, and I got the phone call like, come on, studio now.
Ain't no club going.
I was like, okay.
What? Oh, you know, right?
Because my friends were in town.
Right.
So, but they were like, let's go.
Right. So you
I was
went
like,
there.
yeah, we're going anyway, but I just want to complain.
And you did it, yeah?
And went
in front
there,
of you, kind of thing.
Yeah, we were all in there, and then we went to the club, and he ended up at the same club. Now, I wasn't me at the time in America, so...
I wasn't me at the time. What does that mean?
Let me say this. He was in VIP in the club I was in. I was on Jump Up on the floor.
Right.
And so it was funny, like, we were just in the studio.
You just did a tune?
Yeah, and it didn't matter.
Hold on.
It didn't matter.
No, it matters
They
to
didn't
me.
care.
This shit
They
matters to
didn't
me,
care.
man. Principalities involved in this, man.
But look, this is the part where I tell you, you have to work. Because even if I move there after my deal...
Just hear me out.
Okay.
You just spent time in the studio with this man.
Yeah.
He's just bodied the track. It must have been, 3-4 hours?
Yeah.
You both end up in the same club.
Yeah.
He's in VIP, you're not. Do you not make eye contact with this man to say...
I didn't care.
Oh, okay, that's different.
I didn't care.
Was he aware you're in the club?
Probably not.
Are you sure?
Probably
okay,
not.
Cool. Because if he's fronting, that's some bullshit, man.
So here's the thing with New York. Here's the thing with New York. And I'll give this more context. He's probably left the studio, like, all right, love you, sis, see you later, blah, 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 and gone about his business. I don't know where he's going.
Okay, so you just happened to
So I turned around and I was like, oh, couldn't make this shit up.
So you didn't want to go up to him and say, good session, mate, 5 minutes ago.
Hi, I was just with you.
Yep.
It's not so baiting extra.
No, true, because it might seem like you're on the stalker
They
thing.
don't know me. Like, no.
They know you.
No, the people at the club, the bouncers don't fucking know me.
You're saying?
No, it was some other club off of like 10th or something.
I don't know about 10th, 9th.
He said, I don't know these streets.
All these grids
it was some club, but it wasn't that.
Okay,
It was
cool.
a little hood too.
Okay.
So
But the feeling that you got yay on that tune.
yeah, it was euphoric. It was like, I did it. The thing that they all wanted me to do, and I know he's one of my favorite rappers. We did it. Good. And then my friends are here. Let's go party.
Right, beautiful.
Yeah, my friends from London were there, so it was
So
a
then
vibe.
what, videos next?
So no, so
Right.
I have to go work the shit out of this record.
What do you mean?
And I'll tell you what. So remember, like I said, I go to the club. He's on my record,
Mm.
and he's in VIP. Them bouncers don't know who the fuck I am,
Right,
and it doesn't matter if his bouncer knows. They don't give a fuck.
right.
Same energy. I have
So
to go
you're-
talk to the people. I have to go meet people at radio. I have to go shake hands and kiss babies in clubs. I have to go do every signing you could
Kiss
think
babies
of.
in clubs. What clubs are,
Say-
what
shake
babies are in
hands-
clubs, man?
Shake hands in clubs and
Nah,
kiss
I hear
babies. You know what I
I'm
mean?
joking, I'm joking.
Like, it's that kind of like.
But it's still that mentality of, I've got to work this record. You've
Yeah.
got the Avengers on your tune.
And I still gotta
And
go
you're
out there
still
and tell
thinking,
people.
like, I'm going to chill. Man would be like, order the Lambo.
No.
Order that shit, man. I want it
No.
in purple. or whatever.
There was no thinking that.
But that's
I was-
amazing.
Shit.
The outlook's it's beautiful. You know
I
what I
had to
mean?
go work.
Like, okay.
Yeah, we went to work, and maybe 6 months after we went to work, we shot the video.
Okay,
It
but
wasn't
you're
just
working the record, like,
Yeah, I'm
so
working.
like it didn't blow overnight, or was it a case of
No,
just
it
a
was-
gradual?
I
Because
sang that-
America's so vast, people don't
So
understand
big,
how
it's
big
so
that place
big.
is.
You
Like-
can really, so in the state of America, which is the state of America, the country of America, the state of California,
Yeah,
which is maybe 50 times, 25 times the size of the UK.
that's what I'm trying to. Yeah,
In LA alone, you can go to the beach, you can go to the mountains, and you can go to the sand.
that's why Americans don't have passports.
In
Everything
one day.
in one place.
In one day. Like, you can hit that in one day, right?
That's a lot of driving, though, sis.
So imagine I've hit every single state and
You hit
pretty
every
much
state?
every single city. Yeah.
What did you do? That's just touring, radio tours, and
Radio
all that.
tours over and touring over and over. Like, it's not a one-time version of events. And every time, even if American Boy's out and it's a big hit, I go back for another record. I still singing American Boy. I go back for another record. I'm singing American Boy and Thank You.
Yes.
I'm singing American Boy, Thank
Yeah,
You, and
yeah,
Conquer.
yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah.
a step-by-step build till you become, I know you.
Yeah, of course.
And also they have questions. They're like, is black people in the UK?
yeah,
like
yeah,
you?
Yeah.
I'm like, I have to take it with the nicest pinch of salt every time. Like,
yeah. Y'all have tea and crumpets out there.
every time.
Do you know the Queen?
You've been asked this,
it's
you've
my
been asked
neighbour.
this,
Yeah, I've been
yeah,
there loads of
yeah.
times, loads of times. Do
And
you
you-
know the Queen? Yeah. Prince with Harry. Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's my friend.
brethren, man.
I pull up every Prince Harry story. Yeah, because like he was at a show I was at when I did 1980. Like, it's
Sorry,
crazy.
side note, it's just come to me. On the record, you keep it very, very British. I got after because it's on my mind.
Yeah.
With the Tell 'em Wa Guarn blood, like very authentically British, which some people would say like no one had done that.
Yeah.
Like, was that just your choice to keep it 100?
I think about how I would start a rap. And that's how I would,
Yeah,
like,
but that's how
something
you
like that.
started in the UK.
That's how I would start on any of my songs.
But that's what I mean. It's amazing you got that mindset of
Yeah.
it don't matter where I am in the world.
I'm
me.
I'm me.
Because some people or A&Rs would say, listen,
Yeah.
I won't say that shit over here.
No,
We
they
don't
were
even
like,
know what you're...
you have to go sell it, so say what you want.
Yeah, but...
And also, again, the premise, the reason, part of why I was signed to John was that I have a very strong sense of identity. He wasn't coming in there telling me how to be.
Yeah.
He would suggest things and I'd be like, ew, nah. Or like, that sounds good. Let me try and see how I would do that.
But you've got that
know?
artistic freedom that
Yeah.
probably most don't have.
Because
So-
I was doing it before. He didn't come here, find me and develop me.
Yeah.
He saw me. He met
Yeah.
me. Come to him with us. Like, I've done this. Can you be on this? Like, it wasn't some, let me make you a star shit.
Cool. But I just wanted to highlight that because it was
Yeah.
dope for us. Like,
you.
yeah, I'm saying dope. I don't say that, but
That's all right.
British people over
Yeah.
here, like, she's
She
fully
said, "Tell her
repping.
Wagwan."
Like,
Yeah.
Wagwan, like,
And when I tell you, people out there were like, wah, 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 wah. And I'm
Yeah, of
like,
course.
no, okay.
Yeah.
Stop fucking up the language. It goes, tell them Wagwan blood. It's patois,
Yeah.
mixed down to English.
yeah.
It was like a whole, it's a
But
learning.
it's amazing how you stick to your guns.
Yeah.
Is that stubborn? Are you stubborn or is that just...
You have to be.
No, I hear that.
Yeah, I have to be at times.
It's amazing.
I have to be persistent.
All right, cool. I just had to say that. So you're working a record, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
is there a moment for you where it's like, this is gone, like something's happened or...
Same thing. I was kind of like, I feel like the moment might have been, all right, this had me like, okay, this is nuts.
Go on.
I was in the strip club.
Let's see that.
In Atlanta.
See if...
And I
She's
have to
working
laugh
hard,
at
you
this.
know.
I have to laugh at, no, this is part of the work. A lot.
Of course it is.
Let me tell you,
Go
a
on.
lot of different records are broken in strip clubs. You ask that someone like Jermaine Dupri, a lot of different artists and cultural things happening in very, very like real spaces.
That's
like
actually
that.
true.
Right.
I've heard that.
And especially out there, there's the barbecue. There's different places and spaces that are sacred to community and people of color that music is broken in. And I was just there in Atlanta for a show, and the whole band was with me. I was like, let me take you guys to strip club. I think the Wings are great, and I don't know what else I'm going there for.
Yeah.
But it's a bunch of dudes, bunch of guys on my band, so let's go. And I hadn't really been to. I've been to one before in maybe Houston, and I was like, oh, this is an experience. This is wild.
Yeah,
So
it's a different experience down there.
Just different than the UK.
Yeah, I
You
heard.
have to explain the strip club thing to us.
I heard.
Okay.
I ain't been, I ain't seen nothing. You get me? But I heard, I be hearing things. My God.
So I go to the strip club. My homegirl, Shamika, is also like promo. She does promo as another side gig.
Yeah.
So her instinct is like to tell the DJ that I'm in the building, and I'm just like, don't do that here.
Yeah.
I just don't want to do nothing.
Yeah.
And as soon as I walk in, she tells the DJ that I'm there, and I'm just like, bitch, what the fuck?
Promo's promo though.
She's like, you working? Like, no, we're
Yeah.
gonna get it. And she's from London too, so it was the whole thing. She lived in New York way before I did, so it was nice to have some home with me. And she goes up, she tells him I'm there, and he stops the music, and he's like, yo, we got a real singer in the house. Now, it's other singers, other artists, and I was like, why would you?
Yeah, right.
So I'm already just like, oh shit. So sooner or later, the record's gonna come on,
Yeah.
right? And I realized it was it when he plays the records, and they do a whole routine to the record.
Right.
They up and down the pole. It's a majorette thing. It's going, and I'm just like, I'm here. I'm in it. That's it.
So
That's
it's
it.
a strip club banger.
It's a strip club banger at that point. I was just
Okay.
like, wow. And to me, that's a regular person who doesn't have any version of like, who are you? Or how did you grow up? This is the same as me. Do I
Yeah.
know if I like your music? They just fuck with it. They just like it.
The UK man then will say, I've got a rep for the UK man then.
What?
You're talking about American boys. What's wrong with the British man then? Let's have it right.
I was on the beach in Miami.
Listen,
like,
but
what are we
just
talking
the
about?
FYI, you get me?
But
Talk
let
to
me
the
tell you-
people then
Let me tell you
because...
this. It's a record that it's Polish boys, it's Ghanaian boys. I've heard Hungarian boys. I've heard Brazilian boys. I've heard so many remixes of this record.
Oh, swear.
People remix it. Like, it's so
Well,
many.
royalties?
Like,
All right. Remix them as long as the money. Okay, so there's remix.
but there's remixes and people take it as their own, and that's the point.
Have like you been asked to change the hook for like specific demographic?
No, they just do
Is
it
that something that
themselves.
you do?
When I go to different cities, I'll throw in a
Oh, you do it on a live PA
I haven't
thing.
been to, when I say never been to Brooklyn, I'd be like, I've never been to Brazil.
Okay,
And I've never been to, you know.
Gas up the
Yeah,
thing.
I have
But
fun with it,
Just from the British man, you know what I mean? You're
But
British.
I'm from London,
and you kind of
people lose
fronted
their
on us.
minds.
You get what I'm saying? Like you fronted on us, but it's cool.
But listen, I get so much love from London people.
Of course,
London man,
and so you should.
it
But
is, yeah.
you fronted. It's
But
cool.
they sing
But we're
along.
waiting-
They don't sing that. Some of them, they're like, I'm not singing no American boy, but like, la la la.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Song comes out.
Yeah,
Absolutely murks.
it goes nuts.
How is that for you to take? This is a whole new level of fame, a whole new.
It's
This is Everest.
it's nuts. It's no version of me that gets to walk outside without me. So I'm being like,
And this is America as well.
this is everywhere at this point.
Can you process this? Is there a rule book for this?
No.
Has all the reading before prepared you for this?
No, no test run of the 18th day didn't test didn't at all.
So
but,
how is that for you then?
It was a hindsight. It was stressful, and the other side of it, it was like, oh, I expected some of it, you know. So it wasn't terrible.
You prayed for this.
I prayed for it. I prayed for a record that would touch people's lives, and this is what comes with it.
They say careful what you wish for. You know.
I wasn't upset.
No.
I wasn't upset. It wasn't terrible, but it was a lot of it.
Was it
No.
too much?
No.
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 What's like the craziest highlight of that period?
Oh my goodness. Let me think. Oh yeah, meeting some of the idols that I have dreamed of and thought about. Like I've met Grace Jones, I've met Prince, I've met
Okay, yo,
many
it's all gone
times.
purple up in this
performed with
motherfucker,
Prince.
man. Huh?
I have sung with
So
Stevie Wonder. I have like performed with a lot of the idols like that.
How was Prince?
Incredible, like
What
shit.
happened with Prince?
I got to perform on stage with him in Baltimore a couple years before he passed away.
Okay, mental.
Yeah.
How is that for you to process?
I'm still processing that.
It's
Every
still
time
in
that's the one thing where I'm just like, I say it.
So what
out
happened? You're on
loud.
stage, what happened? So he invites you, how did it work?
I had released a song called Conqueror, which was on Empire and all of that, and it did really well. And he loved it, and he called me, and he was like, just gave me good love for it. Like, yo, this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
This is the kind of records you ought to be doing.
Yeah.
It's inspirational. He's very even. He was very even tone. Gave me some really good affirmations.
Yeah.
You know, like, you're doing the right thing. I was like, cool. And then he called the team and said, hey, can she come to Baltimore? We drove to Baltimore immediately.
Immediately.
I was like,
Clear the diary.
There were also like some protests going on because
Right.
things were happening, racial, you know,
Right,
like
right,
some things had happened and some killings had happened. And he was there to like support the city of Baltimore. And he did the show up there, and he said, can you come sing it? And we went, and I was like losing my mind on stage, like just at the side of the stage, like,
Yeah.
I don't even care if he never asked me to come up. I know he told me he wants me to come sing, but even if he doesn't,
I've got yeah.
I'm going to sit here and absorb and study, and I'm sitting 20 feet away from the Prince watching him do his show, and the hits just kept going.
Yeah.
Like, it was unrealistic to watch him just be like, oh, this is my set list.
Yeah. And his set list is always changing because he's got that many bangers.
He does have that many records. And then he does Purple Rain. He's like, you, come on. I look around real quick, like, huh? And
Just
then,
come on.
And then I went up and I don't know what I did, but I sang.
You sang what, Purple Rain?
I sang Purple Rain with him.
Oh my God, it's over. I
that
didn't even know it's over.
No one knows because he doesn't let people with cameras, but my team were there. Think about it.
Where's the footage? You got footage? Send that to me.
He will come and take your phone. Like, he was, anyone who's been to a Prince concert
So
knows
you
it's
sang
not
Purple Rain with Prince on stage.
playing guitar.
It's over. It's over. How do you rise up to that occasion? Or is it, I don't know.
Just go and do
How
your
do you
best.
process that shit, man?
You do your best and you hope that you did your best.
Fucking hell, man. That's life.
That's how I felt. Like, it wasn't me, it was an out-of-body experience. Like, what am I doing right now?
Okay. Any other highlights for you just giving us the...
There's a few. There's singing with Stevie a couple times.
Yeah.
Stevie Wonder will call you and tell you to come and sing with him, and when he knows you're in the room, you getting on that stage, and I have done that.
I think Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg recently said Stevie be calling at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning.
Yep.
Is this
For sure.
Is this a thing?
At 5 a.m.
He just be ringing you.
He'll call you.
They say he's not conscious of the time. I don't want to get
He
involved.
lives in studio land, and he really creates all the time. There is no version of, and I like that. It's inspiring, but it's also like, okay, that works for him. But he's always available to the muse. He's always available.
But
so.
then Dr. Dre was saying he can't tell you. You know
Dre said he got his own version of it. He said,
you know what Dre be saying.
I need some time.
I just need some confirmation if that's what
he will call you, but again, he's moved by a different energy than most
and then I
people.
suppose I've got to ask the Kanye West questions. You're probably tired of them.
What is it?
Just,
What's the question?
Just in general, like how was Kanye West then?
He was lovely then.
And then
He was lovely then.
And then kind of seeing him, what is.
It's wild to think. I'll put it like this. I said this before, and I mean it. He was on his journey before me, and he was on his journey when he met me, and he's going to be on his journey after me, right? And it's I think everybody has perceptions and ideas and things that they put on people.
Yeah.
And when it doesn't turn out that way, we're so annoyed.
Right.
I try to not judge.
Yeah.
Right. It doesn't align with what I think.
Yeah.
And how I believe life should go, and that's my journey. And his journey is his, and he's going to be on it forever, and I'm on mine forever. You know. Were
you in contact with him after the record, or is it just a case of a hype?
Oh, we did the record, and we performed it a handful of times, and that was it. When you think about it, it's my record, it's my song.
Of course.
And he featured on it, and we did our stuff in our business, and then that was then we did.
You ever do it live with him?
Like 4 times.
4 times.
Yeah.
It's a shame because he came here and he was doing and I always think like,
I went on the road with him.
Doing this fucking Estelle tune? Like,
I did
where
the
is
tour.
Estelle, bro?
I did the tour with him.
Right.
I did a couple tours with him. I did Glow in the Dark, I think I did with him when it had just come out.
Right.
And then I was doing myself. I was doing my own shit.
Yeah.
That was that.
And then kind of publicly, he's fallen out with John Legend. He said a lot of negative things about him. Does that put you then in a space? Because are you
It
Team
doesn't
John,
put
or
me
does
in
it put you?
It doesn't put me in
I'm just
anything.
curious. You get
You
what I'm
know, I
saying? Because you
understand.
met my man through John.
Yeah.
And where he's kind of publicly.
They're two grown men with their own business.
Yeah. You're just like, yo.
If there was something for me, I'd have
Yeah.
an issue with it. But
Yeah.
they're two whole adults who
Yeah.
had their business, and you know, when they stopped working, it wasn't no big thing, and I don't know any of that.
Yeah,
So I
that's fair
don't even know any of this.
And then I've got to ask the question, just paperwork wise, is it all good? Are you
all love.
earning a substantial amount of money?
Having
If this
fun.
is it a good amount? I'm gonna. No, I'll tell you
Why
why.
did we- why
I'll tell
is
you
that
why.
the question? It's
No, I'll
always
tell
the
you why.
question.
We like to be open, honest. I don't want to know your whole details, but Kyla was here, and when
Yeah.
Drake sampled One Dance, she very openly said she's made 3 million from that.
Wow.
Yeah,
Good
from
for her.
in total.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have to tell me figures, but is it that astronomical? Because you're a writer on there.
You have to know that I'm not the kind of artist that ever tells that.
No,
kind of
I get
stuff.
that, and I don't
Yeah.
want to know. But you know,
But I have
I'll give you
fun
an example.
and I do well.
I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
Young T and Bugsy on recently said that No Rush, they didn't make no money from it, which was such a global, especially during COVID.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing both sides of this coin, and it's
Yeah.
all down to how you carry yourself in your paperwork.
Yeah.
Now speaking to you, you seem
So
like
speaking
you're,
to me, what do you think?
okay, you're on your shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're on your shit. No, no doubt.
Okay.
But I'd just like to know, sis, you good?
I'm good.
Yeah. Okay. No, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then just coming like forward, then obviously working with, I don't know, like Rick Ross. I know we're pressed for time. I apologize, sir.
It's okay.
That's why I'm a bit mindful of it, because I was
Appreciate
given
it.
a set time and say, yo, y'all got this amount of time. So apologies if it does get over, just let me know and I'll wrap it up. But
Okay.
I want to really get to your new projects.
Yeah.
But like moving forward, Rick Ross, you work with Nas, like global
Legends,
icon legends.
People I've met. This is the thing. That's the highlights for me. But to that point, like I have put albums out after Shine. I have All of Me. I have True Romance. I have Lovers Rock, and I keep the same independent way about it.
Right.
And that comes with investment from me.
Right.
As well as
So all
other
these
people.
albums are independent now.
Yeah, no. True Romance and Lovers Rock are independent, and this new one coming.
So why did you leave the John Legend?
Because it wasn't business and it didn't make sense business-wise anymore. He was really involved in what he was doing and needed to pivot.
Right.
And I felt like I wasn't getting the same amount of information. We weren't working at the same pace, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So if I needed him to come studio for a week, he couldn't. And I didn't want to be I'm not the artist that's like, I need you to, No, I understand the creative process and also respectfully, I could do it.
Yeah.
So don't worry.
Are you still cool?
Yeah, we're cool. He calls me whenever he hears something that he fuck with.
No, I hear that.
Yeah, same.
I love
Vice
that.
versa, yeah.
But then just getting kind of your Rick Rosses or these global artists like Nas, you work with like Nas and you're like, what the fuck, man? Like,
Right after American Boy, that was crazy.
do you get what I'm saying? Like, how is that for you? Or is it now you've worked with these people? Is it water off a duck's back?
Same thing. I'm not really bothered about who you are. Are you a good human? Because once you meet people at different variations.
Yeah, there's humans and then there's iconic rappers.
This is true, but iconic
Different
rappers,
gravy, you get me?
iconic rappers can also be dickheads. you
Facts.
know? So
And I'm sure you met your fair share of
yeah,
them.
I've met people who are just not having a good time at whatever stage they're at.
Yeah.
And so I try not to take any of it too serious. And so like someone like Nas was lovely at the time. He was really cool, really easy to work with. He just did the verse and then came and shot the video for Fall in Love. That was great. Rick Ross, same thing. Did a video for Break My Heart. Helped me off the edge. Made sure I didn't fall off the edge of the pool. It was great. Like everyone I've worked with has been very cool.
Is there anyone on your list that you...
It's always Mary J. Blige.
Yeah.
Still
Have you
wanna
met Mary?
I have.
So what's going on with
She's
that?
lovely. But Mary's Mary, man. Like it's
Yeah,
like
but why
saying,
can't we get-
I want to work with Patty LaBelle. I'm gonna wait till Patty calls me.
But
okay?
you know your CV's so healthy. Your
Yeah.
CV's so healthy.
Yeah.
Does it not make it easier to reach out to these people?
It's fine to reach out, but again, I'm an artist, and I know when I'm in my bag, and I know when I'm in my I don't want to talk to nobody or record a thing. I need to go live, or I need to go do this.
Yeah, I
and
hear that.
concentrate. I know how that feels, so I don't pressure anybody. I don't put it on like I need you to come in, and why haven't we worked together? Someone did that to me once. I won't say who, and I just kind
Who
of.
was it, man? Come on, man.
No, it was a rapper.
Right.
And the way he went about it, I was like, I don't want to work with you because you think you're entitled to my time, and you're entitled. And he put it like, you don't like me because you haven't worked with me yet. And I was like, I just met you today.
Oh, wow.
Hi, friend.
Who was that?
I don't know. It was very fucking odd. But the point is, like, that kind of, I'd hate to be that artist to
But
any of my heroes.
but if you know these people, you could do it over a long, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's it. And so
Mary.
some of that takes time.
It's been 3 months. Just checking in.
No.
Checking in, sis.
She's like me. It will, when it strikes, it'll strike.
And then just
I'm just going to send you the record.
And then just taking time off. Are you worried about that? Because we're in this game now of just everything so quick and...
I was doing it, but I took 3 years back then. shit between, and it was part, not by force, but it was because I need to live between shit. I don't have nothing to write about if I don't live.
Right.
I can't live in 6 month spurts.
And when you're living, what does that entail? What are you doing?
Oh, is that
Right.
okay.
Put that in your pocket.
All right, I got you. Well, when I'm living, like, put it right here. When I'm living, when I'm home and I'm living, I'm really at home when I'm living. Like,
What does that mean?
Waking up, brushing my teeth.
Wake up, brush my teeth. Yeah,
Taking a shower, going to meditate or do some other shit.
Yeah.
Like, minding my business. I have a radio show on Apple Music now too for the past 5 years.
I know they cut the check for that. We love to see it. Steve Jobs,
It's a good time.
baby.
It's a
Tim
good time.
Cook, cutting them checks.
But it's another way to like live and find and be inspired.
Yeah.
Like, I go and I genuinely live. I go and hang out with my friends. I see my family. I do stuff. I'm not just in the world to create music.
But are you in LA now? Like, is the UK not really a bit of you now? And it's fine.
What does that mean?
No, I don't mean as a diss. I'm saying it's a very different.
Because words mean things.
No, America. When you've been there a substantial period of time, I can't imagine. Especially LA. I've been there. I spent a good while in there.
So you understand why you want to live there?
I get it. Like, if you got the right type of lifestyle, facts.
absolutely.
So I'm just saying. Are you now?
Like, okay, so let me put it to you like this: if you were married and you had a whole house there, would you stay there?
No.
Your family and your kids and whatnot? No.
Dubai, gone.
Another country, right?
Yeah.
Where you feel comfortable in at home.
Yeah, man.
There you go.
Yeah, I hear
That's
that.
the answer.
And when you see the UK, what do you feel about the state of it, or what's getting very different?
It's fun. It's different now.
It's not. It's not.
It's fun though.
It's not the one.
It's fun. It's not terrible. No.
It's fun if you can visit.
When people say, I don't like when people say that because
Why?
look. So here's my thing.
Go
Because
on.
it's age appropriate too, right? It's an
Right.
age thing. I'm 45.
Yeah.
I'm a grown. All right.
Yeah.
I say that with everything in my soul. Can never make it up. I'm a whole adult. I'm not going to the club every day. I don't care where I live.
Yeah.
Right. So when people be like, "What? So what's the thing?" And I'm just like, I'm probably gonna be at my mum's if I'm in town.
Yeah.
At her house on the couch, hanging out with my parents.
Yeah.
That's what I do. So I think of it like that. Like when people say my version of London is different to, like maybe a 25-year-old's version of like what's good to be in London doing.
Yeah, I hear
Like,
that.
I'm not going to the club.
I hear that.
Unless I'm performing at it, and I'm
The
probably
clubs all
performing
closing
at the
down,
club.
mate. There's fucking nothing left.
Right. What do you do?
There
You're
ain't
at the
nothing
house.
left. That's what I'm
You're at the
saying.
house
The
making
state of the
TikToks, okay? Like,
it's mad.
but everyone's at the house making TikToks around the world.
Yeah, I hear
like
that.
we're all becoming just very,
And then just kind of seeing UK culture kind of break into America, how is that for you? I don't know, a lot of Top Boy and things
it's
like
beautiful.
that. Going finally,
beautiful.
do you get one? I like from Central C now.
gorgeous. It makes me happy.
How-
Every time I see a British artist, I'm just like, let's go! Like
The actors are really breaking.
it fills my soul. Like I bump into them outside and I feel like they're nervous to say stuff to me. And I'm always just like, hi! Like it makes me so joyful. And a lot of people, the first place to come is LA. And it used to be New York, but now everyone comes to LA. And it's like, I'm really good friends with a lot of the ones that have come over. Like, I'm good friends with like London Hughes.
You're in that
my little
circle,
sister.
innit? You're in that circle.
Well, you
She
bump
be getting
into
them
people.
party invites, innit?
I stay in my house.
She be getting Roscoe's every day. Yo, man,
No,
who's in today?
I
Who's
do
in
not.
today?
No.
Who's in today?
The people who
Yeah,
anyway.
but just
people
seeing-
who own Roscoe's anyway.
But just seeing the growth of British, you know what I
It
mean?
makes me joyful. It's like, yeah, we can be everywhere.
Yeah.
We can do it.
But then also you was one of the first.
I know, but Marsha was one of the first.
Okay.
Marsha and Brocious and
Marsha
that,
and
they-
Brocious,
they
yeah,
was
okay,
one of
but-
the first.
I do feel like the UK doesn't really.
They don't give them more props, and I don't.
They
like
don't give
that.
you your props. I
They
was
don't
going to
give
say
them
that,
their
but
props.
I don't think you get enough props.
Oh, well,
if
we're
I'm
here
honest.
now.
Yeah, I know, but I
Yeah.
feel like they front on you. I'm going to say it out.
Oh.
I do feel like.
Well, did they say bad things about
No,
me?
they don't say bad things.
Yeah.
They don't. But I think because you've been over there so long, it's like, I don't know, maybe that people forget, like, yo, sis was one of the fucking first.
Well, they don't forget when they're out there.
No, but do you get what No, I don't mean that in a rude way, sis.
Yeah, no,
but
I
I'm
get it.
saying the more I'm deep it, it's like Estelle really was one of the first.
Thank you.
British accent, really taking
Yeah.
female,
I appreciate
black,
it.
British,
Yeah.
all of them little
Yep.
like
Yeah, us.
checkpoints.
Yeah.
Like, people really need to pay homage.
You know, I do get a lot of love one-to-one, and I do get a lot of love in general. Like I popped up at a show with Tidra Moses the other day.
I'm speaking to Tidra. I was trying to get her here, but it didn't work. But
Tidra's on the road. She's touring. She's
yeah.
incredible. And you do want to talk to her. She's my actual sister.
Yeah.
Like somebody who will come and sit in my garden and talk to me. Like
Yeah.
we have dinner as family.
Yeah.
And she told me, she said to me, I need you to come out on the show. And not just because I want you to come out and pop out, but I want you to feel the love, because they talk about you like they miss you, like you little sis.
Yeah.
Like you sister, like, and where you been since we miss you? And I'm like, I understand it, I get it, but I never felt away from home.
I feel like it's that out of sight is out of mind thing.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
I get that.
People don't really like, but when you really deep it, it's like, holy shit, like foundation. Do you know what I mean? One question quickly is, did you ever find your American boy?
Well,
you get
still
me?
on the search. No, I'm dating, but
Yeah.
Again, that's another thing I keep real private, but we good.
Yeah, you enjoying life.
having fun.
And then, is the song a double-edged sword for you? Do you ever get bored about it? No, not bored, pissed off. Does it overshadow everything in your life?
No, I prayed for that song. I prayed for that song. I prayed for Conqueror. I prayed for Break My Heart.
Yeah.
I prayed for every single song that is Freak. I prayed for One Love. Every song that has transcended just the pop moment and means something to people in a different way, where people walk up to me like, it's not just that, it's come over. That's what I pray for. If American Boy is that road opener for that, thank you. I will sing it forever. I will always sing it.
Are you looking after mum and dad and sisters and brothers? Are they good?
They're taking care of themselves because they
have
have their bank accounts for themselves.
Okay,
they're grown ups with.
But come on, sis.
No.
What do you mean
so
no?
let's say this. Let me say this.
What?
I think it's a thing that people do the expectation of artists supposed to pay for everything.
They're not
for their
supposed to, but if
families.
you got it, you got it. I lie.
And what if they got it too?
Well, okay, if they got it, more props to
Then
them.
they
But you
got
got how many brothers and sisters?
There's 9, and they are all gainfully employed, incredible,
Yeah, but
high achieving, incredibly,
and we love that.
Incredibly well paid.
I hear
off
that.
their own steam.
But I'm just saying.
I'm 45. They're in their 30s. What would it look like
Yeah, but
if I pay for
checks
them?
come in every quarterly. We love to see.
What does that have to do? This is the
saying.
stuff. I want everyone to release themselves from the shackles.
It's not the shackles.
It's the shackles.
You can release them of them shackles.
They're on no shackles. They have a great life, and they love their life, and they are private, and I keep it that way, and they keep it that way because of that.
Yeah.
Because they're not under. I don't want them under anyone's attack because of something I choose to do that brings me joy.
And how kind of hard is it when you see people in this day and age put their whole lives online, and that seems to be the formula.
That feel like a choice.
Yeah.
It's not a formula, it's a choice.
Right.
It's one way to do it.
Yeah.
But there's people that have done it without doing it.
Right.
You got to consider this. Some of your favorites. Issa Rae, right?
Yeah.
You don't even know what her husband looked like, right?
Right.
You just about knew she got married when she put it in the paper.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make her any less? Is it make her any less successful?
Facts. Elusiveness is a thing. MJ
Minding your business is a thing.
Yeah, but people don't want to do that.
Business is a thing.
People don't want to do that in this day and age.
People do.
They want the whole tea, the whole motherfucking mug.
Issa Rae did it. Kerry Washington's done it. There's so many people that have done that. That prove the absolute opposite. I think it's
so
just...
So you're saying you're married? And
I'm saying mind your business is what I'm saying.
Is that what's good at
What
it?
I'm saying is mind your business.
Listen, it's my business to know yours.
No, I think there's different ways to be great.
No, I hear that.
And
can we talk about this project that's out now?
Yeah, we can.
The EP, please. So I know it's been a while. Apologies, but
that's all right.
Come on, break it down. What's going on?
Oh, my album is my joy album. It came from all of that, like resetting all the energy around what I'm supposed to do.
The chakras need to be realigned.
The shackles have been removed.
Yeah.
The expectation shackles have been removed, and it just came from like me wanting to put joy into the world where I felt like music started feeling like sadness and dark.
Yeah.
Everything just felt like it just had no tone to it, no movement, no bridges, no hooks, no joyful music, no actual sounds. It was just like it just felt like this, right? And I wanted to dance. A conveyor belt of darkness.
Of just music. It's here, it's gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
There's no longevity.
And I think about what I did like as longevity. Longevity was Quincy Jones, was Loose Ends, was like Rare Groove Records, was dancehall, was just stuff that makes you feel some type of way. All the kids are revamping 2000s R&B and putting music back out. That made you feel something. That's why you're doing it. So I wanted to make music that makes me feel something.
Right.
And all of these records are based off of that. It was 4 hours every session. I started in 2018. I finished it maybe last week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's finished
quite literally, it's finished though. We're done.
Yeah.
We have 4 songs out rotating right now. The latest one, New Direction, features Russell from Oakland. Not Oakland, he's from Vallejo. A brilliant artist who reminds me of myself in that he's very independent and started off independent, and he's an improvement on a design of how to do independent music.
Yeah.
And Keon Howard, an incredible jazz musician.
Right.
So like I pull for people who fit the records. I went and I found influences from everyone from Omar and Pevin Everett and
Speaking to Omar,
Sean Scoffrey.
Omar.
Oh, I love him.
Omar's coming in soon.
No, I had him in my head.
Is Omar on?
He's not on the album, but
why not?
I couldn't get him.
What?
I was trying to find him. I couldn't get him.
You want to put?
He was moving around.
Omar's
No.
coming here in
He
3
was-
weeks.
he was moving around.
Do you want to pass a message to Omar?
Tell him I'm answer his DMs, okay?
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but he's moving around. He was touring. I know that, but I just feel
Omar's
like
a legend, you know.
he's a full legend.
Yeah, he's coming
like,
in about 3 weeks.
I have a record with him already too, so that was a whole like I need
Okay.
you to come in, but he was moving around. But those people, him, Sean Scoffrey, those records. Remember like Saturday at Brick Lane Market or wherever,
Yeah.
you know, like or Spillfields or like Laverick Grove, that house and like that.
Bringing that element,
soulful
that vibe.
house vibe.
Yeah.
I wanted to feel that. I want to
Okay.
feel that again. You know, I wanted to just dance.
Beautiful.
You know, and so that's why I would have made that album that made me feel like dancing.
Is that out now?
It's out now.
And the video.
Well, it'll be out in
There's-
a couple of weeks.
Yeah, there's 4. There's so it's a teaser.
There's 4 songs
Yeah,
out right
I
now
looked,
that
there was
give
4.
you the intention of the album, and lyrics are as important as the music. So listen,
And
yeah.
it's out. Have you got a date on that, or is it just
it's out. It comes out 2nd week of May.
when this? Yeah, it comes out.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. And then the future plans. Talk to me.
Goodness, well we'll be out on the road with that. The
Yeah.
Estelle show is still going. And
Yeah.
we're having a good time.
Are you like touring the UK soon, or?
We'll come back and do shows here for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, show up though. Okay,
Well, come on.
show up. When I put the ticket sales up on my page, show up.
Come on.
Yeah.
We do this thing quickly and then we're done, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your patience, sir.
It's okay.
You know, I know I've gone over my time and I do apologise.
Oh, that's right. My bad. I have one more thing. I'm writing a book.
Go on. What?
Just say that
this
properly.
shit down, man. Wait.
I'm writing a book.
Come on. What's the book about?
Everything you've asked me goes more in depth on the book.
Right. What?
Yeah, how to do
is it like an autobiography then, or is it?
It's an autobiography, but almost like a how-to.
Are you tired of the American boy questions? Just buy the motherfucking book, man.
Here
Leave me
goes.
alone, man.
Here, guys.
It's on page 64.
Quite literally, it's gonna be like, so here you go.
Okay, so that's written, or it is?
It's written and it comes out next year. I'm very excited about that.
Okay, and what about acting? No acting. Come on, what's going on?
I'm acting. I'm auditioning, going crazy.
Yeah, because you're in LA
people
land.
know-
Come on, Hollywood land.
Well, folks know I was on a cartoon called Steven Universe. Most
I didn't
people-
know that. Talk to me. What's Steven? What?
Steven Universe is a cartoon that I did with Cartoon Network, and it's
R.I.P. Cartoon Network, man. Why they close that shit down, man?
Times must change.
Come on, man.
Things must change.
This
But
is
it's
sad time.
I played a role called Garnet, and she makes me. I'm very proud to play that role because it's
Amazing.
quite progressive. It's one of the most smartest.
Yeah.
It is one of the smartest
Yeah.
cartoons or animations that I've been a part of. Period.
And then is acting one on your plan? Like,
For sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been doing them self tapes?
I have been doing all the self tapes.
Yeah.
They're wild.
yeah.
They're weird to do. Have you done it? Have you done
I've
it?
done some. I've been in a couple
Are they
things
weird to
myself.
do? Yeah,
I'm
see?
about. You get me? Do not get it twisted. You know, I'm like that Bitcoin dip. You know.
You know.
I'm warning you now,
He said
innit?
right there.
I'm telling you.
Right
do not
there.
sleep on me. You
I
get me?
won't.
This is from AI. So I get AI
Okay.
to ask who you are and ask you questions.
Okay.
So there's quick ones. You'll probably answer some of them, but it's just thing that I like to do.
Okay.
I started this shit. So if you see it elsewhere, say, listen, don't
Okay,
copy
Shizzio did.
Don't copy you.
Got it.
Do you think American Boy helped Kanye more than it helped you?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think it did something for him.
Yeah, because it was peak
Yeah.
time. Because Kanye was featuring a lot of records at the time.
right on the edge.
I think the Dilated People's record, the
Yeah.
Brandy record. He was. I know my shit, but he was like I think he was doing that Wayne thing, just featuring everywhere.
He was.
as kind of a means of promo.
But this was a good international.
This was a global
Yeah.
bang. I don't.
Global.
Did he have a global banger before that?
Not like this.
So
He had the album out, but it wasn't this kind of song, this kind of sound. It wasn't this vibe.
like
Yeah.
just to confirm,
Yeah, it helped both of us.
it helped
us
Kanye
both.
more than it helped.
It helped us
It helped
both.
Kanye more than it helped
Yeah.
you. I'm gonna quote you on
I'll
that.
fight this guy.
No. I'm just,
I'll fight
this is all AI, by the way. Do you think the UK scene hasn't fully embraced you like they did Adele or Amy Winehouse?
What?
That's what it says.
That's a lie. Who said that?
AI, I swear to God. Look,
AI.
Chat GPT.
That's crazy.
Yeah?
No, I
And
don't.
this is all AI.
That's a lie. I think that's a provocative question.
Okay.
No, I have a lot of love here.
You do.
And had a lot of love
100%
here.
you do.
For sure.
I think,
yeah,
you do.
I know, it's no comparison.
But I feel like
It's no comparison.
we need to give you more flowers.
Thank you.
Definitely feel you need.
I will always
like,
take flowers.
Yeah, you need.
Thank you.
You don't need it. You deserve it. It's
Thank
the
you.
key word.
I appreciate
Very
that.
true.
Yeah.
Was there ever a moment when you felt forced to Americanize your sound to stay relevant?
Is there an Americanized sound on my?
I don't
That's
feel
crazy,
you ever
right?
did. I think you to answer this
Who?
question.
What? AI?
It's mad. It's mad. Oh, it's mad. This is
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Every time I do it, people are shocked.
That's
Because it
nuts.
feels like I've done something. I ain't
Yeah,
done
like,
shit. I just said,
it's
who
really
is
ChatGPT.
Estelle?
Yeah.
Give me questions for her on a
That's
podcast.
Wild.
Yeah.
They said make it spicy.
Yeah, I did do the spicy thing. But
He said make it spicy.
That's my little. Yeah. Do you think the music industry exploits black female artists more than others?
Exploit.
I don't know.
I don't know. Depends on what the word exploit means to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And my question: the dark side of music, Hollywood. Any comment? Y'all been in some rooms where you done a quick U-turn.
Thank you, God, that I have
be
not
like,
been in any of them
out.
rooms. I have not. And I
Okay.
look back and I'm like, I'm glad I didn't get that
Yeah,
invite.
gotta ask.
So glad.
Back to AI. What's the biggest L you've taken in your career, and did you deserve it?
The biggest L. Let me think about this. Oh, that's tough. I don't think I've taken too many L's.
Fair enough.
I don't think I can.
Is there an artist you work with that you would never work with again?
Wait, hold that thought. I thought you was gonna say something. I'm like,
Oh, go
the
on.
biggest L I've taken? Okay,
This
go ahead.
gentleman knows the
I
L's.
was like, what L were we talking about? All right, go ahead.
No? Okay. We swerving that. We pleading the fifth. Is it the fifth?
I can't think of that.
Americans do?
I
They
don't
plead
know.
the fifth?
He pleads the fifth, and
Yeah.
I'm sitting here going, tell me.
Is there an artist you work with that you would never work with again? I don't think you'd name them.
No, I wouldn't. But like, I don't. No, not really. No. I just want to work with people. If I don't like
Just
you, I
to
won't work with
confirm,
you.
you've met your share of.
I've met a
Well,
few
fair
people
share
who
of
I'm just like, you good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think of UK artists? Biting Afrobeat and drill sounds instead of
did
making
that?
original sounds? I don't know what that is.
This is why. Look,
That's why AI be. You get me, but.
Come on, this is why you can never be human.
What's your take on Kanye now? Genius or liability?
Oh.
And you
I
ain't,
don't have a take on him.
you ain't pleading the fifth on this
No,
one.
I really don't have a take on that, man. That's his life.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want nothing to do with it.
Do you feel if you
like
did
that.
comment, it would just take you down somewhere you don't need to be going? Your energy,
Well, I
your
don't-
chakras
well,
will go somewhere
they
else.
They will, but it takes me to a place where that's not even true, it's not even real, and
Yeah.
I really don't have an opinion on people
Yeah.
living their life.
No, that's fair enough. Do you think people respect UK R&B enough, or is it dead compared to US R&B?
It's not dead. There's so many brand new artists. I saw the young lady that opened up for Teja Moses, Shea Universe, was good.
Right.
And there's so many more just like her. Like, what are we talking about? Like,
Yeah.
it's here, it's alive. Stop. When those questions come up, it's just like, stop it, because they're here. Stop it. Cut it out.
Whoa. AI.
AI.
You worked with John Legend. Do you think his music has gotten corny over the years? Well, no. That's some bullshit. That's mad, you know.
John has evolved over the
John's
years.
a G, bro.
I don't know. I feel like his
Yeah.
bank account will tell you whether
Hey,
that's corny or not.
trust
You know,
me.
I don't know, bro.
No.
Yeah.
Do you think UK black artists are forced to move to the US to be successful?
No.
No, we've got our own scene now.
Yeah, and
I think
also
there was
it's
a time-
international. At that time, I went because I was signed there.
Right.
It's pure proximity. If I was signed here with the same push, I'd
Yeah.
have been living here. You know?
Have you ever regretted turning down an opportunity because of your morals?
No.
Okay. What's been the wildest industry party you've been to and what went down? Hey, you know.
Oh, let me think.
Shall we plead the fifth?
I can plead the fifth.
No, go on. If you want to go.
No, I'm really thinking. I'm just like, what's the wildest industry party I've been to? Well, no, I've been to some good ones. I've been to some real,
Okay, yeah.
yo, I had
Is
I
that
sweated
like a
my
who's
hair
who
out.
of people in there?
People in the building, there's a couple of them I've been to, but the ones I go to, people dance, and like, I will sweat my hair out.
Yeah.
Like, dance. Like, I had fun at these ones.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
I leave. I'm like, no, I need to go now. Time to
Yeah.
leave. Before anything go crazy, I'm out.
Yeah.
You know?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Do you think being a dark-skinned woman held you back in the industry?
That's an old question, huh?
Is that an old question?
Yeah, it's an old question. I don't think so.
What do you mean old? As in people ask
As
you
in,
that?
people used to say that.
Oh, sorry.
when
I
they-
don't-
no, that's
literally,
okay, but people ask
Apologies,
that.
I'm not trying to offend her.
You don't, it's not.
If you could go back in time, what's one career move you'd undo immediately?
I wouldn't, nothing.
Okay, everything's God's plan, right?
Yeah.
Why do you think UK artists struggle with international success compared to Americans?
Just proximity.
Yeah,
It's just proximity.
are men in the industry still intimidated by successful women, or is that an excuse?
No, it's real.
It's real.
It's real.
Boss women.
That's real.
Boss.
It's real.
What's your unfiltered take on cancel culture? Real accountability or selective outrage?
Sometimes selective outrage, but I also think we're human. And there's one half of the world that thrives off of needing to point a finger, and there's the other half that's like, but don't point it at me because also like I'm human. So it's like, you know, make it make sense. Like, give people empathy.
Side note, what's Trump doing down there? Is Trump cool with y'all? How's it working?
I
'Cause
don't
from
know.
over here,
I don't know about that man.
No, I don't know.
I don't know what that man's doing.
Yeah.
I'm focused on what I'm doing.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's
just
spreading
keep-
light.
All right,
Okay.
Are you
It's a
like a
lot.
citizen there now? Have you got a green card?
I'm a citizen.
Oh, you changed the passport,
I have both. What you mean?
Dual nationality.
I'm dual
All right,
nationality.
you've got the green
I'm dual.
card.
My mum requires that I have both.
Oh, yeah, get your ass
She
on.
said, just because I need you to be able to visit whenever you want to come.
Facts.
But point being, yeah, we're on Love and Light over here.
Come
That's what
on.
we probably
Do you think today's music lacks soul, or are we just nostalgic for the past?
I think we're nostalgic for our youth.
If you could expose one ugly truth about the music industry, what would it be? We're almost there.
I don't think there is one. It's just business.
Do you feel like the UK slept on you, or did you outgrow it?
I don't think any of those.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I think I just became an adult
Yeah.
to some degree.
What's one artist you think is completely overrated, but no one wants to admit it?
Oh, that's tough.
That's a bit.
That's wild.
Yeah, we
This is a spicy list.
But hey, you got to add that spice, baby.
They said in Kona, hot pepper sauce.
Do you think today's R&B artists have real talent, or is it just vibes and aesthetics? That's true.
That's wild.
What do you feel about, because you've come from the era of really learning your craft,
Yeah.
keys, harmonies,
Yeah.
to now I suppose it can all
But you
be
don't
done.
have to.
You don't have to now,
You
do
don't.
you?
You don't have to do it.
But how does that make you feel from someone who's really did that? And now
Well-
there's almost a shortcut into this.
If you do it right, I never have an issue with it. But if you do it shaky, and you expect the world to love it to the end of the earth,
Yeah.
I mean, it don't matter the amount of money you get. At some point, you're gonna have to sing that song live, and it sound crazy.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm just saying.
You know?
What's the biggest live record label sell to new artists?
I don't even know what
We're
the
almost
biggest
there.
live.
Yeah.
I don't know because I haven't been in a record label system for a while.
Do you think UK artists try too hard to be American?
No.
Once upon a time, maybe, though.
They did, but that was when the American market was the biggest, most aspirational thing to be. Of course, yeah.
I don't think you can answer this. If you could erase one UK artist's career from history, who would it be? That's
never.
a
That's
joke
no. Everybody.
What's one secret about the industry that would make people stop listening to certain artists? No.
No, that's not.
Yeah. Do you think UK R&B rap will ever have its own moment again?
I believe it can,
Yeah.
but I think also
Everything's full circle, no?
everything's full circle. But also, I feel like it's evolved some, hasn't it? Like they're calling I was very confused when the media started calling garage rap.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's not rap. Like I know rap,
Yeah.
but also I
But then
understand.
there were certain
it.
tunes that were kind of crossing the
Like,
bridge.
yeah,
Because
so-
Soul Solid did a lot of...
So like when Kano and them came out,
Yeah.
and like Lethal Beats, Slow
Grime.
Down a Little, Grime,
Yeah.
that felt more like rap.
Yeah.
Kano in particular is to me just a rapper. Like
Were you ever
he
tempted to go
really
on Grime?
raps. Me?
Yeah. Because you can spit. I think people front, you know. The girl can spit.
Let
You
the
get
people
me?
know,
I
darling.
feel like
Thank you.
you're not... No, it's true though. You ever feel like
thank
to just duppy a beat and just show, man,
I got
what
one coming on the new
fucking time
album.
it is.
I
You
got
get
one
me?
coming on the new
You
album.
ever
a little
feel
bit.
like just shelling down a record?
Yeah, why is
No,
he
but
like
it's
this?
true though.
Why is he like this?
No, but it's true though.
You know, I haven't in a while. But I
Let
got
me
some
just join
bars.
the team for a minute. 1 minute, I'm a part of the team.
Oh my God.
You need to show some fucking, you know what I mean? Because I feel like you can...
I do.
Baby
I
Blue.
have something on the new album that feels like I'm rapping. So
Yeah, I feel like you should just do 3 minutes of just shelling the
bars.
place down.
pure bars.
No, but I feel like you should.
It'd be fun. Like, when I always say this, when it's fun to me again, then I do it.
Take it from a fan of music.
I got you.
I'd like to see that.
I hear you.
Just Estelle, just people like, what? Because again, people don't realise.
They don't understand.
You
But
can
there's
really
also
do
like
this.
there's me rapping on records on socials.
I get all of that.
Socials.
Socials
like
is
everywhere,
fine.
like on
But
iTunes.
I'm talking like a 3 minute
Just bars.
Shellathon. Or just do a fire in the booth and just shell the whole, just shell for 10 minutes.
I did 1980 on Fire in the Booth a couple of years ago.
Yeah, but that's a song, 3 minutes.
He said, no, you're not
that's
getting
cool.
away with it.
But I'm talking,
I got you.
it's Estelle,
understand.
mother. Yeah, I'm saying.
Yeah.
Where are we? Do you no R&B? That's it. Done.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Ooh.
Are you happy?
I'm happy, man.
Yeah.
I'm wonderful.
I want to say thank you. It's been absolutely lovely. Honestly, we
fun.
really appreciate your time. Thank you, sir, for your time. I know I was given time,
It's all good.
but we really appreciate it. You've come to
Thank
like
you.
East London. You're in the hood. You get me, and you came here.
I have family from East London.
No, I hear that.
It's okay, yeah.
But I really want to say thank you. Give you your flowers. Yeah,
sure.
you know what I mean. You're a UK fucking legend.
I appreciate you.
You know what I mean? Long may that continue, sis.
Thank you.
If I can ever help you, me there.
Yeah.
And if you ever get called for Necker Island, me there. Love and respect. We out. Peace.